meditate on this. The subconscious mind is like a black hole.
Try to get that handled
It's
for
a
you.
vacuum.
Again, it's only my second day.
It pulls
so
in
give me a
everything
second.
that crosses its path. The portals or gateways to the subconscious
Again,
mind
it's only my second day. So
exist
give me a second.
on the human body, any human body. Some of them are called ears, some of them are called eyes. And you can receive certain signals and things and messages, etc., through these senses, through these tools for senses, sight, hearing, etc. But no matter what you do, no matter what you put in front of your ears, no matter what you put in front of your eyes, just understand that the subconscious mind is going to receive that and it's going to be embedded within you in perpetuity. It's going to be with you forever. And the people in power know this. The ruling class know this, and they do a damn good job of putting things in there that are not going to lead to quality of thought. It's important that you take control of this and try to embed things with high quality of thought into your subconscious mind so that when they come back to the surface, when they come back, they pop out on the other side, they're fruitful. The things that are good for you, things that lead to quality of thought. So try to embed good things in your subconscious mind. Now that we know we have to program the subconscious mind, do that consciously, the next question becomes, with what? I believe we need to start with music. Music is very natural, everybody loves music. They're even treating dementia with music because music can take you to the past, bring you to memories, the vibe, everything is just seems to come into focus clearly. It's easily visualized when you put music and have a soundtrack to your life. And so what type of music do we listen to? You know, it's part of our daily ritual. It's part of our daily dealings and programming the subconscious mind. The type of music we listen to is very important. And think about quality of thought. Is your music going to nurture the idea of quality of thought? Or is it ratchet? Is it supremely ghetto? Is it trash? Or is it breathing life into you? Right? It's the difference between listening to, something that's promoting death as to something that's promoting life. Looking at some of the neurological effects that happen when you listen to certain types of music, nourishing the brain with that type of music. The TV shows you watch, the movies you watch. What type of shows do you watch and how are you inspired by them? What are the images that are being implanted in your subconscious mind from the movies and TV and the media that you watch, from the things you watch on YouTube, etc., etc. If you look at one of those controversial stories about TikTok, I said that Chinese people or the Chinese Communist Party, whatever, has a different algorithm than the one for the Western nations. The one in the Western nations, the kids are watching videos that go viral, doing pranks and all types of silly stuff. And China's algorithm is showing kids completing puzzles and doing math. These are the things they're promoting because they understand the programming of the subconscious mind is very important for the future of your people and where they're going. So with that same concept in mind, what type of media are you always being influenced by? What type of media do you constantly force yourself to be influenced by? What if we saw images of love all the time instead of images of destruction, war, etc., etc.?
What type of media is Hotep Jesus influenced by?
I like the old stuff. I like the classics. Mostly written work, literature. That's the type of stuff I listen to. I listen to a lot of lectures. One of my favorite lecturers is John Henry Clark, Dr. Kaba Kamene. Those are like two of my faves. I like listening to scholarly work, scholarly teachers. I go to bed to to chess videos, but I also need some gangster in my life. You know, I'm not perfect, but I need some, you know, I need some cartel gang member, you know, type programming. This is, you know, that's the stuff I happen to like. You know, I like violent movies. I like heists. I like heist movies, like The Italian Job and Ocean's 11 and, you know, those types of things. I like military movies. Like, I thought the new Top Gun was amazing. But I also try to be conscious of what I'm seeing, and so, you know, what's clear is we're going to come across some content that is not going to nurture quality or high quality of thought. So what we have to do is we have to wrap this stuff with labels. So what you can do is when an image appears before your subconscious mind, what we can do is we can frame it. So when it gets embedded and it gets stored within your mental hard drive, it's filed in a folder, you know, marked bad, marked good, marked to question, marked, you know, you can label these things. So sometimes when things come into our subconscious mind, we don't frame it, we don't put a label on it. I think we have to say, okay, if I'm watching a movie and they're murdering people, let's say for instance, as we're watching this, we got to label that bad. This is bad. This is no bueno, right? And even some labels that your personal opinion might weigh in on, and how you manage this stuff logically. So even though everything is going to be received by your subconscious mind, and some things you may enjoy, some pieces of content you may enjoy, it's very important to frame that stuff and label that stuff. So when it gets into your subconscious mind, your subconscious mind knows, okay, this is this and this is that. So it knows clear difference. It's not just sitting there to be sprouted later on in the wrong manner or intent. What is your receptivity? Are you receiving the signals, or are you only transmitting them? You have to tune your inner radio to receive messages, not only send them. Sometimes we get caught up with our conscious mind. Our conscious mind is constantly sending signals out to the universe, to God, to friends, family, etc., etc. But sometimes you have to reset yourself and come back to zero and just say, I'm not intending to send any messages, I'm intending to receive them. I call it no mind. I've spoken about this in the past. I want to open up the mind, enter a state of receptivity, to receive the signals, to be imbued by God. Messages, prescient visualizations, to be omniscient. All these things are made possible by entering a receptive state, by dismissing the world and all of its physicalness, dismissing the world and all of its 3D-ness, dismissing the matrix, forgetting you are of this physical dimension. Dismissing all of that, obviously easier said than done, but moving away from all of these things, dismissing them from their mind. And the easiest way to do that is to actually distract yourself. You have to distract yourself with the senses. It's much easier to enter a state of receptivity when you're out here and you have the breeze blowing against your skin. That's easy to meditate on. When you have the waves you can look at, the seagulls passing over your head, the sun and the way the sun shimmers off the surface of the water, the clouds, the people, all these things, if you allow them to, will open you up to receptivity. They make you receptive. In order to turn off your brain, you got to turn on your 5 senses. Or when I say brain, I mean that conscious mind sending signals and trying to enter a state of receiving the signals. For example, you can't eat and think at the same time. You're either tasting your food or you're thinking. You can't do both at the same time. You can do intervals. You can think and then taste, think and then taste. But while you're tasting your food, the only thing you're thinking about is, this food tastes good. You only think about the food. So sometimes I like to hijack my subconscious when I don't have an environment like this. or hijack the conscious mind with a teaspoon of honey, a tablespoon of honey. That taste completely absorbs your conscious mind and focuses it in because that taste is just so full. So that's another way to hijack the conscious mind and put yourself in a place of receptivity. But the lesson here is remembering that in order to enter receptivity, sometimes you have to distract yourself, but distract yourself with those natural things that exist all around us. Enter a state of receptivity.
Yeah, I can try to get that handled for you. Again, it's only my second day, so if you can give me a second. How am I supposed to do this? How the hell are we supposed to do this by 5 o'clock?
I have no clue.
Is that possible? Hey, do you have the password to... How'd you finish all your work already?
He's not tapped in. How'd you get that done so quick?
They think they're gonna be able to budget that?
It's money. That's money right there. You understand?
You guys finished your work 6 hours early?
He's not tapped in.
Oh, so now everybody's a fucking Vivek sexual? This is some fucking bullshit. Man, let's get this show started.
2, 1, boom. Hotep Jesus.
Of all the Jesuses I know, he's the Hotepiest. Social scientist and YouTube host, Hotep Jesus.
How the fuck do you get a name like Hotep Jesus?
The one and only Hotep Jesus.
Ryan Sharp, better known to the world as Hotep Jesus.
Hotep Jesus. Hotep Jesus. Hotep Jesus.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Somebody said, what do you think you are, some kind of Hotep Jesus?
Ooh,
And I
that's
was
good.
just like, ooh, that's sexy. Yes, I do think I'm Hotep Jesus.
Ain't no theme music today. We getting right to business. The Grift Report. Ain't no buttons. I'm fucking pissed. This is some fucking bullshit. You motherfuckers is dumb. And I'm not talking about my audience. I'm talking about fucking America and these fucking conservatives and Republicans sucking Vivek's dick. Oh my God. Okay, I know half of you motherfuckers is just grifting because he's the popular pick right now. But the other half of you motherfuckers, all you motherfuckers is dumb as shit. How can you not see through this motherfucker's facade? How do you not see through it? What is wrong with y'all? I don't want nobody who like Vivek around me. If you like Vivek, you can't be around me because I can't trust you because you're a poor judge of character. You're a poor judge of character. Who knows who you'll have around us? You have all types of snakes and shit around us. Vivek is slithering, yo. How do y'all not see this shit? Is it anybody in the chat who likes Vivek? Today is one of those days where you call in, you might get cussed out. You might get cussed out. Today is one of those days you come in, you got the wrong opinion, you gonna see another side of me. Vivek's a plant. Familiar Human says Vivek is a plant. Of course he's a fucking plant. He's a fucking big ass fucking plant. You trust that motherfucker? Ain't no way you supposed to fucking trust Vivek. Before I go off the handle and we open up the grift bag today, before I lose my patience, money's falling out the sky over at Syscoin. Let's put that up on the screen. Elon moves shit around so fucking much, yo. Like, leave the shit alone, bro. Stop fucking changing shit. Always fucking moving shit. All right, here we go. Your bookmarks don't even fucking work, bro. Anyway, Super token coming soon. If you want that drop, you want to participate in a drop, you want to get paid to do social media, hit that link in the description box. In conjunction with Syscoin, this is one of the new projects. Got AI, chat bots, all types of chat features. And, you know, I'll be here all day trying to tell you everything in the SuperDAPP. But this is what Elon wish he had. This is the real everything app, not that fake shit he's trying to build. This is the real everything app. Shout out to Sys Labs. Hit the link. It's a Telegram group. It's free. Hit the link. It'll take you right to the Telegram app. You come in the group, follow the directions, you participate, you get paid. It's that simple. It's that simple. All right. Don't hit me up when it's closed and say, Hotep Jesus, can you give me extra spot? No, I can't do it. Once the room is closed, the room is closed. We only got but so many people we could give money to. So if you want to participate, you want to get paid to promo, hit that link. This might be your first social media check ever. So yeah, go ahead and join the group. Hit that link in the description box below. Access the SuperDAPP Telegram group. Where do I even start on the debate last night? I mean, I think the best way is probably to follow my timeline and then pull some videos in as I think of them. But to follow my matter of fact, let's start with Goldstein. Let's just start with Goldstein's message. Because I like this message. This is a good way to get me a chance to just calm down before I go off the handle and I don't make no sense. So let's see what Goldstein got to say, because he's absolutely fucking right.
So this abortion debate, this whole states' rights versus federal mandate shit, just as stupid as I've ever seen it. Let me remind you of something, Christian conservatives, all you people out there who are saying everyone has a right to life. Yes, you are correct. You are not wrong in that assessment. But here's the thing. The only reason weird shit like these people who can advocate for abortions up to 9 months, the only reason that weird shit exists is because you guys failed in your responsibility as Christians. Because you keep trying to outsource that responsibility to Capitol Hill and the Supreme Court.
Oh, you motherfuckers is dumb as shit. Ooh, you motherfuckers is dumb as shit. Ooh. Oh, I need the federal government to help me with this problem. The federal government needs to tell these women stop having abortions. Shut your dumb ass up. Stop asking Washington, D.C. to do so fucking much. That's the biggest problem right now. They do too fucking much. Every time something fucking happens, y'all run to your fucking government.
The only reason weird, evil shit, like motherfuckers saying, yeah, fuck it, we'll just birth the baby and then kill it. The only reason weird, evil shit like that exists is because you guys are not doing your goddamn jobs.
Facts.
You're not out in those areas that make those type of laws, teaching people why it's important to value life.
You motherfuckers let this country go because you wanted to defer to the fucking federal government. When was the last time you was an evangelist? When was the last time you was an evangelist? When was the last time you was a voice in your community? When was the last time you stood up and said no?
That's why. Has nothing to do with anything else. It has everything to do with the fact that you are failing to win souls to the Lord. Because if you were, then we wouldn't have to worry about any of this. All 50 states could vote on this, and you would know beyond a shadow of a doubt that right would win, because they would be the majority in those states, because you're doing your goddamn job. But you're not. So this is why it's an issue. And in the meantime, all those unborn children, that blood is on your goddamn hands because you weren't doing your job. So my suggestion would be, if you really want to fix the problem, get the hell out of the pews long enough, get some boots on the ground, start winning souls, you know, like you were mandated to do by Jesus himself. Go ye into all the world. Thank you. Have a nice day.
This got me so upset. I forgot to hit share on this. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the share button. I forgot to share my own stream to the timeline. Does it even have the right? Why did? Anyway, I'm not dealing with Rumble's shenanigans today. But Goldstein is so right, man. So right. We want to go to the government for every fucking thing. And here's the problem. The problem is these politicians don't give a fuck. Now, the only thing when they do is enrich their pockets, and it's going to come with campaign donations and perks and benefits and all that. That's the fuck they're going to do. So they don't really give a fuck about you, right? And what happens is they know you're a dumbass. So what they're going to say is whatever's going to make your dumbass vote for them or send them campaign donations or talk good about them, right? So they know your dumbass don't know shit about the Constitution. They know you couldn't pass Vivek's civic test. So they'll say, yeah, we need to ban abortion, or they won't say it, or they won't say the correct thing because they want you saying ban abortion like it's a good thing. So then when they do ban abortion, it gives the federal government more power over your life and more power over life, period. Well, you asked for it. You asked for it. You would have asked for your own fucking demise. Why? Because you can't pass a fucking civics test. You motherfuckers want to ban abortion at the federal level. Why? Because you couldn't pass a fucking civics test. Because you don't know how the fuck SCOTUS works. You don't know how the fucking Constitution works. Motherfuckers arguing with me about why the federal government needs to protect life. Life ain't in the fucking Constitution. It ain't in there, motherfucker. Government never guaranteed your life. They said if you happen to have a motherfucking life, you got the right to talk and defend that motherfucker with a gun, but your life is not a right. It's not in the Constitution, motherfucker. So if your mama didn't kill you, you should thank God for that, not the fucking government. You should thank your mama for that. You guys want the government all in your fucking business, all telling you when and where you can create a fucking life. Then in the future, they're going to tell your dumb ass, you know what? You can't have a baby. Why? Because you are a conservative. But wait, that's not what we asked for. Yes, it is. Because if you tell the government he can incarcerate somebody for having an abortion, that means the government controls birth. That's how law works. You set a precedent. That's why it was important for us to roll back Roe v. Wade. Y'all clap for Roe v. Wade. Roe v. Wade does not say we want to ban abortions. That's what the left fucking thinks, and the right thinks that shit too. When they overturned Roe v. Wade, the only thing Clarence Thomas said was, this ain't none of my motherfucking business. That's what he said. This is a 10th Amendment issue. This is a 4th Amendment issue. This is a 1st Amendment issue. And it's none of our fucking business. You go and defer to the state. Let your state handle that shit. You motherfuckers don't know shit about your country. I just got here a few years ago and I figured this shit out. The fuck is wrong with y'all? Y'all gonna fuck everything up. And see, that's the slick shit that they do. That's the slick shit that the ruling class does. They'll trick the left into giving the government more power, then trick the right into giving the government more power on the same fucking issue. Both sides too dumb to even realize that they're both being tricked into giving the government more fucking power. On the same fucking issue. Not even two separate issues, the same fucking issue. Abortion. The left wants the government to help them. The right wants the government to help them. It's none of their fucking business what you did with your pussy, you irresponsible bitch. Maybe you selected the wrong dick. Maybe you should have fucking practiced chastity. Now you got to go and kill a baby. That ain't none of my motherfucking business what you did with your ass. The fuck that got to do with me? That ain't got shit to do with me. If a motherfucker want to terminate their baby, then you do that, you irresponsible, hideous motherfucker. We gonna judge you. We gonna shame you. That's what we gonna do. But we ain't gonna ask Uncle Sam for shit. That's what happens when you're a fucking conservative. You motherfuckers lost sight of that shit. You're fucking liberals. That's what the fuck you are. You're liberals. Always want the government in your fucking business. I ain't even get to the clips yet and y'all niggas got me going off. The fuck is going on, man? You motherfuckers is idiots. Now, where was I? Let's go back in the Grift bag.
So this abortion.
Oh, yeah, I was going to check my timeline. My bad. See, y'all got me worked up today. Y'all got angry Jesus today. You know what I realized? You know what I hate more than anything? Stupid motherfuckers. Nothing upsets me more than a stupid motherfucker. I hate stupidity. I fucking hate stupidity. Can't stand it. Can't fucking stand it. Now I want to show y'all something. Look at this. Last night, while watching the debates, I was live tweeting. I said I was going to live tweet it. I couldn't stream it, so I live tweeted it. I put my post-debate sentiment on Locals. If you guys want to see what I said directly after the debate, because it's going to be much different than me today, go to my Locals, hotepjesus.locals. So first of all, the order in which they announced the candidates is important. If you go look at the order in which they announced the candidates, tells you, you know, who they want to prop up. In fact, maybe we should just pull that up now so I can show you. Go to Rumble. Let's go to GOP. Go right there. Let's go right there.
The Republican Party. This is a
Let's see. Right when they announce them.
Of that national convention.
Here to lay out their vision for America.
I'm Brett Baer. This is the very same stage on which the Republican choice for president will accept the party's nomination next summer. The 8 contenders are positioned by the order they sit in the polls, with the highest polling candidates in the middle standing center stage. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis.
So it's based upon polls. Okay.
Vivek Ramaswamy.
Vivek.
Former Vice President Mike Pence.
And Pence. All right. So those are the top 3. You see that there? All right, cool. We're going to come back to that ordering situation later. But first, let's get to the more pressing issues. So here, as you can see right here, I said, Vivek makes these other guys look weak. So far, only Haley can hang with him. Now, this is before Tim Scott or Doug has spoken, right? Here, another tweet. Vivek, when Pence tried him, Pence tried to come at Vivek. Vivek was ready, smacking them shits, deflecting. He seemed untouchable. Then, first round was over. And what did I say? I said right here, Doug, number 1. Everybody see that? Tim Scott was barely to be seen after round 1. You know, I don't even think he spoke in round 1. But I had Doug. And if you look at the stats, I got 22 likes. You know what that means? That means nobody agreed with me. Literally nobody agreed with me. I'm like, are we watching the same fucking debate? Y'all don't like what Doug said? Why? Because it didn't have flair and spice? Like, is that what we're looking for in this debate? We're looking for flair and spice and charisma? Is this what we're looking for? Like, I know these things are important to you guys, right? In fact, this is a good time to bring up what I've said about Vivek in the past. And I said to people, I said, Ron DeSantis doesn't have a chance in hell with the base because Vivek's going to outclass him with charisma. He's in a whole nother class as far as charisma is concerned. Ron has no charisma. Because I know people are choosing their candidates based upon charisma and not substance. But me, being a distinguished gentleman, I'm picking my candidates based upon substance. And Doug was the only one diving into the details. Literally the only one diving into the details. Literally. Nobody else fucking dove into the details. Matter of fact, wait till I go in the Grift bag and show you the bullshit I had to deal with today. Christie did have he showed a little bit of promise when he came at Vivek, called him Chat GPT. That was a great little jab. Okay. Then my assessment here, Tim Scott scored some maturity points. Now, the way the debate came out, Vivek was spicy, came out. He had the double Uzi. He was spraying at everybody. And Tim Scott was like, hey, I'm not here to play them little kiddie games. I'm an adult on this stage, and we're here to talk about the American people. And I thought that was fucking genius. Fucking genius, okay? So that was coming out of round one, okay? We go to round two, and we got, obviously, Vivek stands out the most. Pence needs to leave Vivek alone because he can't win, and Tim Scott is inactive. I wanted Tim Scott to be more active. Nikki was waning in round two, I felt. Doug was still shining, and Ron needs to separate from the pack. And Chris Christie was obviously the shooter. He was up there to just poke holes in people. You know, that's basically what that was. Round three, Ron got roasted by the moderator. That to me knocked him out. After you got roasted by the moderator. Tim Scott was almost flawless, but not active enough. Doug, again, gets into the details. Nikki was fighting, and Vivek took the life out of Pence and Ron. So at this point, Asa and Chris were knocked out. I felt like they were done. Where's round four? It doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't. Wait, actually, I found round four. It was the one after, here it is. Pence has chosen violence versus Vivek. Bad idea. Like, Pence going back and forth with Vivek. You're a former VP. You was up there bragging about that shit. You was stealing time off the clock. Like, if you felt like you was the man up there, why'd you even come at the upstart? Why'd you come at the little kid on stage? I would have ignored his ass and kept it mad presidential and let Vivek fight with himself or somebody else. Tim Scott was great on education, you know, which was a question that Vivek had. And I broke down why Vivek had a poor response. I remember we watched a clip on the Grift Report where Vivek said he wanted to shut down the Board of Education, and I showed y'all why that was a bad idea. Tim Scott nails that question. He's like, yo, kill the teachers unions. Exactly. And Doug was consistent. Now, with that being said, let's go into the clips. All right, so look at this. So I was on Sunny Space this morning for a little while before I got on here. And this is how this white lady responds to me, right? And I probably shouldn't call her white. I sound racist and shit, but she's white. Anyway, it says, Hotep Jesus, I saw the debate and I listened very carefully. I like Doug and Tim very much, but I think Vivek had substantive remarks. I don't understand why you assessed him like you did, but to each his own. So she feels like he made some valid points. Vivek did. So I was like, okay, tell me what those remarks were, is how I respond. Then she goes, he talked about the problem of the southern borders being a major focus for his admin, a Trump talking point, something that is a basic bitch talking point, a talking point that everybody on the stage was agreeing with. So how does that count if that doesn't separate him from the pack? None of that separates him from the pack. Trump's whole thing was build the wall. We're all on the board with migration, illegal immigration. We're all on the same page as that. So I can't give him points for that. That's a basic bitch talking point. Second, she says, immediately get us out of Biden's money laundering Ukraine war. He's just saying that shit because that's what the populace wants. That's what the populace needs. That's what they've been begging for. The Ukraine war is not popular among leftists or righters. That's not a big brain take. Anybody could have said that. Now, the rest of those motherfuckers up on that debate stage are definitely neocon war hawks, and they definitely want to keep the motherfucking Ukraine machine going. Nikki, Pence, Christie, and the rest of them. Yeah. So Vivek separated himself from the pack on that, but I still can't give it to him because that's a basic bitch talking point you get from Twitter. He didn't dive into the details on exactly how we're going to pull out. Pause. He didn't do that. He didn't tell you how he's going to pull out. He just said he's going to pull out. Basic bitch talking point. Then she says 3 here. Get rid of the Department of Education. Give the billions of dollars to families for school choice. It's a bad fucking idea, and I explained this before when we broke this down on the previous Grift Report. It's a bad fucking idea. Go after the teachers' unions. Correct, Tim Scott. You win the round. Vivek didn't win the education round. Tim Scott did when he mentioned the teachers' unions. We brought the expert on this channel a few weeks back to talk about the teachers' union, and she murdered the teachers' unions. So these motherfuckers, God forbid this lady really does have a PhD. Like, I swear to God, the more educated you are, the dumber you are. But these motherfuckers just want to hear talking points. I'm not here for the fucking talking points. I know what the talking points are. I'm looking for people to separate from the pack based upon things that are not talking points. What are you going to give me that's new? I'm not going to get to Doug yet because that's my guy. We're not going to get to Anomalies video yet. Hold on. Oh, where should I go? Hold on. Let me, where do I want to go? All right. Be decisive. Let's go here because I just mentioned it. So Tim Scott on teachers unions. Here it is right here. Let's go right here. Let's just get this out the way because this is a great fucking point.
On education, the only way we change education in this nation is to break the backs of the teachers unions. They are standing in the doorhouse of our kids, locking them into failing schools and locking them out of the greatest future they could have.
So again, that the teachers unions are a talking point, but it's a talking point that everybody missed. How'd you miss that? We're gonna come back to Doug. I want to finish with Doug. Let's go to Vivek versus Pence. This was interesting.
Talk about issues like,
and we're gonna open up the phone lines. Text 202-596-5631 with Hotep in your name, and we'll open up phone lines at 3 p.m. Let's get into it.
You got people on this stage that won't even talk about issues like Social Security and Medicare. I mean, Vivek, you recently said a president can't do everything. Well, I got news for you, Vivek. I've been in the hallway. I've been in the West Wing. A president of the United States has to confront every crisis facing America.
Now, notice Pence way over his time right now.
I will put our nation back on the path to growth and prosperity and restore fiscal responsibility, just as I did in Congress and as governor,
Mr. Vice President,
and when I was vice president.
But I mean, we
hold on.
respond to that
Hold on. You were named earlier. I'm going to give Vivek first.
We'll get to both of them.
Yeah, this isn't that complicated, guys. Unlock American energy, drill, frack, burn coal, embrace nuclear.
He know them talking points.
People back to work by no longer paying them more to stay at home. Reform the U.S. Fed. Stabilize the U.S. dollar.
And this is why I said Pence should have just left him alone, because all you're going to do is give Vivek a chance to shine.
And go to war. The only war that I will declare as U.S. president will be the war on the federal administrative state that is the source of those toxic regulations acting like a wet blanket on the economy. So I'm not sure I exactly understood Mike Pence's comment, but I'll let you all parse that out. For me, it's pretty simple. That's something a U.S. president can do with focus, and I'll deliver on it.
Let me explain it to you. Vivek. You got
Mike Pence is an idiot. Who told him to go at Vivek? Like, don't give that fool no shine, yo. Leave him alone. Like, why are we even... And why is shit out of order in here, Elon? Why is there other videos out of order, bro? Why would the bookmarks be out of order, Elon? Why would the bookmarks be out of order, Elon? Make that make sense, please, Elon. Why would this old tweet be above this tweet, Elon? Oh, I fucking hate Elon, yo. Just does everything other than fucking optimize the app to fucking work, yo. He's fucking gold plating. Let's go to this clip. This is a very important clip. I'll go bottom to top to make sure we don't miss anything.
Well, Mike, why don't you say this? Join me in making a commitment that on day one you would pardon Donald Trump. I'm the only candidate on the stage who had the courage to actually say it. That is how we move our nation forward.
I don't know
and
why
turn the
you
page
assume that
forward. That's
Donald
exactly
Trump
right.
will be convicted of these crimes.
You should be able to make a commitment. The same justice system that was this
Vivek,
corrupt.
here's the difference between you and me.
Yeah, I'm not a professional politician. That's the difference. Who can answer a question?
I've actually given pardons when I was governor of the state of Indiana. It usually follows a finding of guilt and contrition by the individual that's been convicted. So, if I'm president of the United States, we'll give fair consideration to any pardon request. But if I may...
Well, Mike, why don't you...
This motherfuckers is fucking up there slapping dicks against each other and shit. Fucking dick slapping contest. The fuck is going on? Hold on, let me check on the chat. Chat, we good? I need to blaze one, right? I know. I'm trying, bro. I'm trying, man. These motherfuckers is dumb and they upset me. All right, let's go to the next clip. Nikki Haley. Let's see what this is about.
People on Medicaid, 42 million people on food stamps. No one has told you how to fix it. I'll tell you how to fix it. They need to stop the spending. They need to stop the borrowing. They need to eliminate the earmarks that the Republicans brought back in. And they need to make sure they understand these are taxpayer dollars. It's not their dollars. And while they're all saying this, you have Ron DeSantis, you've got Tim Scott, you've got Mike Pence. They all voted to raise the debt. And Donald Trump added $8 trillion to our debt. And our kids are never going to forgive us for this. And so at the end of the day, you look at the 2024 budget, Republicans asked for $7.4 billion in earmarks. Democrats asked for $2.8 billion. So you tell me who are the big spenders. I think it's time for an accountant in the White House.
Vice President.
People on Medicaid, 42 million.
I feel like that was a bad point. It scored points with some people. But it just doesn't make sense. If you have a Republican majority, now obviously Republicans are going to spend more if you have a Republican majority. So it might not explain the disparity, but they had a majority. The other thing is we had a pandemic. And all you motherfuckers is dumbasses. Nikki, you was a dumbass about the pandemic too. You probably fear-mongered motherfuckers with the jab or the... Like, does anybody know where Nikki Haley stood on the jab? Does anybody know where Nikki Haley stood on ventilators, what she was saying about masks? Like, somebody clue me in on where Nikki Haley is. Maybe I'm wrong. But the entire government had a huge amount of fear-mongering, which pushed spending. So I'm not blaming Republicans for this spending. All you motherfuckers is wrong for that spending because all you motherfuckers handle that shit terribly. Nikki Haley, you included, okay? I know you're just a governor, but you included. I know you probably did some funky shit too. All right? And if anybody has the information, please hand it to me. Tanai, what up? Tanai in the house. Tonight did a phenomenal job at HotepCon, by the way. Phenomenal job. Yeah, and Nikki wants to give money to Ukraine. You know what I'm saying? Like, you talking about spending and you want to give fucking Ukraine money. What? Are you serious? So, fuck that bitch. Anyway, let's keep going. Here we go. More Pence versus Vivek.
Joe Biden has weakened this country at home and abroad.
See, this motherfucker's so scripted. At home and abroad. Remember I tell y'all about these little punchlines that they always use, these little keywords, these buzzwords? At home and abroad. Biden. Like all these little words that are supposed to just fucking make your dopamine receptors light up and shit. Fucking hate these motherfuckers, yo. It's all fucking psychological hacks and tricks and shit, man. The same, and not even new ones, just the same tired shit at home and abroad. Shut your dumb ass up.
Now is not the time for on-the-job training. We don't need to bring in a rookie. We don't need to bring in people without experience. We need to bring
See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Like, Pence is just a dumbass. He a whole dumbass. You went after Vivek. Vivek came there for a slugfest. You're not built for a slugfest. And you came there and you let your fucking strategist tell you get in there and slug it out because you're usually boring. No, you should have been the same old boring Mike Pence. Stay on brand. Instead, you got up there, you tried it, and you got booed. You dumbass. Stupid. Just stupid motherfuckers up here. All right, let's go to this clip.
Let us be honest as Republicans. I'm the only person on the stage who isn't bought and paid for, so I can say this. The climate change agenda is a hoax. The climate change agenda is a hoax. And we have to declare independence for it. And the reality is, the anti-carbon...
They ain't like that. Crowd ain't like that. Because you know why? You know why the crowd ain't like that? Him saying that everybody's bought and paid for. You know why they ain't like that? Because it makes them feel stupid. Because they're there supporting somebody on that stage. They're supporting this whole fucking charade of a debate. Because that's what it is. It's a fucking charade. It's just fucking entertainment. And everybody was like, wait, you're saying they're bought and paid for? That means I can't trust them? No, I don't believe that. I believe the official story of 9/11. Dumb motherfuckers. I'm not going to go in on 9/11. I'm not going to go in on 9/11. I'm not going to go in on 9/11. Just dumb motherfuckers. Just dumb. Just dumb. Just dumb. Let's go to my boy Doug before I say something crazy.
People in this. We need to get back to freedom and liberty for the people in this country. And we can't have Republicans who fight for 50 years for this great cause and to return it back to the states. And then the next day they turn around and go, no, the feds should do that because the feds are stepping into people's lives. They're stepping into people's businesses. We need to get back to freedom and liberty.
Doug, again, only one talking about the Constitution in the right way. I want to play it one more time, just in case you ain't hear it. Listen to what he says in the very beginning.
We need to get back to freedom and liberty for the people in this country. And we can't have Republicans who fight for 50 years for this great cause and to return it back to the states. And then the next day they turn around and go, no, the feds should do that.
Exactly. We fought long and hard to have a constitutional republic, and then on one issue like abortion, now your motherfuckers just want to throw the whole thing away? You just ready to throw the whole motherfucker away? This is what you want to do? Dumb motherfuckers. Just dumb. Next clip. My boy Doug. Let's listen to my boy Doug go off. Listen to my boy Doug go off.
How would you deter China as a president, Burgum?
Well, this is the number one issue we're facing. And of course, we haven't been talking about it. And we act like that letting Russia win in the Ukraine is like a gimme as opposed to a gift to China. Russia has become China's gas station. But how would we do it? The Biden administration.
Now, let's be clear. We need to pull out of Ukraine. That's none of our business. We need to leave that alone. So I don't agree with Doug's sentiment. What I want you to pay attention to is how Doug explains himself, though. And every time Doug explains himself, it comes with a whole lot of facts. Now, listen.
Administration is a complete fail. China imports 10 million barrels of oil a day, more than any other country in the world. They do not even have all the food they need to feed everybody in that country. So
I ain't never heard nobody say that shit before. I've never heard anybody say China doesn't have enough food to feed their country. Especially not on no debate stage. Doug is laying out the facts. How many barrels of oil?
China's gas station. But how would we do it? Russia win in the Ukraine is like a gimme as opposed to a gift to China. Russia has become China's gas station. But how would we
Russia has become China's gas station. See, he's getting into the details.
do it? The Biden administration is a complete fail. China imports 10 million barrels of oil a day, more than any other country in the world.
China imports more oil than any other country in the world? Really? 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 It's a huge weakness. That's a huge weakness.
They do not even have all the food they need to feed everybody in that country. So
Doug is slicing China ass up. Everybody else gave us fucking talking points. Oh, we got to watch out for China. Why? Tell me why. I agree with you, but tell me why. Only Doug could tell me why.
they don't have energy security or food security. But the Biden administration sends Blinken, Yellen over there.
Dropping names? Doug dropping names?
They're over there talking. They don't even bring up energy because they're too busy trying to kill the U.S. energy here.
Talk to him, Doug.
And what we need to do is not meetings, not press releases, because something that would send a lot more than a press release is actually harpoon.
He ain't done yet.
Missiles. We need anti-ship missiles on Taiwan. The way that
see, this is now I don't agree with none of this shit, but he's backing up how we're going to combat China with some real solutions. He's actually saying something. I don't agree with it, but he's actually giving me something to sink my teeth into. Pause.
You have a war never start, which is the goal. The way you have peace through strength.
Now that's true. The best way to have a war, well, show good defense so you never have to start the war. If you show weakness, the war might start, right? So you're playing game theory here.
Strength is that you actually have strength. You actually have deterrence. And what we have in what we've got going on in Ukraine is an example of when deterrents fail. What is an example there of Biden's disastrous withdrawal from Afghanistan, the fact that he green-lighted Putin moving into Ukraine, and then now they see
green-lighted Putin moving into Ukraine. Facts.
See weakness, and when they see weakness, they make a move. And we have to be strong, and we have to be
How many times have we said if Trump was in office, we wouldn't have had a conflict with Russia?
Strong both in Ukraine, and we can solve the southern border. Absolutely, we can do that. Because guess what? There's only 19,855 authorized people for the Border Patrol. But they're not all staff because the Biden administration doesn't enforce law enforcement. But Biden administration wanted to put 87,000 people in the IRS as opposed to giving the money and the support we need to our own Border Patrol.
Come on, man. Who else is going to bring up them IRS agents if it wasn't for Doug? Doug smashed that minute, man. Oh, man, Doug was going off. He ain't done yet, too. I got some more Doug clips in here. Let's go here. Is this the one, or did I just play that one?
People, it's a big deal to make it on the stage with all these folks.
Oh, nah, listen to this one. This is a good one. This let me know. This is first round. This is why I was like, yo, why am I not talking about this Doug cat? Listen to this. This is perfect response. Everybody's coming out the gate with their ego and all this shit. And Doug's like, I'm just happy to be here.
Great. Thank you, Martha. And of course, I'm from a town of 300 people. It's a big deal to make it on the stage with all these folks. But when they were all wishing me well, and I think I took them a little too literally when they said, go to Milwaukee and break a leg. But I do want to say...
keep in mind, he showed up at the debate with a broken leg.
On this, we're missing something. We can't just talk about the Biden economy because the economy, energy, and national security are all tied together.
Oof. 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 He's killing them. You see, this is what I'm saying. You got grifters, then you got real niggas. Doug's a real one. Grifters is like Biden bad, Biden economy. And the audience goes, yeah, No substance, no backing it up. Yes, we all agree Biden fucking sucks, but can you give me something to sink my teeth into? Doug, show him how it's done, please.
Because the economy, energy, and national security are all tied together. Of course, we're paying too much for our energy in our state, in our country right now. But part of the reason why is because of the Biden policies on energy. We've got a plan right now. The $1.2 trillion of Green New Deal spending buried in the Inflation Creation Act is something that is just.
Anybody else brought up the Inflation Creation Act? Nobody on this stage brought up the Inflation Creation Act when it was supposed to be the Inflation Reduction Act. Ain't nobody peeped that slick wordplay right there from Dougie Doug.
Subsidizing China. If we're going to stop buying oil from the Middle East and start buying batteries from China, we're just trading OPEC for Sinopec.
Oh! He said, we just trade OPEC for Sinopec. I don't even know who these motherfuckers is. Who the fuck is OPEC and Sinopec? I'm being facetious, but come on, man. He's talking real shit. He's saying names, dropping names, he's dropping numbers. He's saying real shit. Bring that back.
Is just subsidizing China. If we're going to stop buying oil from the Middle East and start buying batteries from China, we're just trading OPEC for Sinopec.
You can tell this motherfucker know what he's talking about. You can tell he knows what he's talking about. He didn't sit down and study all night, sit in the mirror and practice his ego like Vivek and the rest of these shills and grifters. No, Doug actually knows his shit. These things he's saying is a part of his DNA. He's speaking from knowledge, from wisdom.
And then belatedly, the Biden administration says, no, we're going to put sanctions on Russian oil. Well, we put sanctions on Russian oil. Well, then it's 20% off. Who's buying it? China. So if you buy.
You see how he just sliced up Biden, but gave you real numbers? Like something to sink your teeth into, as I've been saying. Listen to what he said. He's like, yo, we just gave China a discount on oil.
Going to put sanctions on Russian oil. Well, we put sanctions on Russian oil. Well, then it's 20% off. Who's buying it? China. So if you buy a battery in this country, you buy a solar panel, it's being produced in a plant in China powered by coal, or it's being powered by oil and gas at 20% off. And every farmer in this country would like to buy diesel at 20% off, just like they're buying it in China. Great,
and he thought about the farmers at home, and he came in under the time limit. Come the fuck on, yo. Come the fuck on. Why we not behind Doug? Why we not behind Doug? Doug definitely needs some mean magic behind him. Doug is where it's at. Nobody had bars like Doug on that stage. Nobody. And nobody's talking about him. You know why nobody's talking about him? Because half these motherfucking political commentators are shills, and they know Doug doesn't have a chance in winning, so they won't even try to help him. They won't even try to talk him up to get him to the point where he might have a chance to win. They're like, no, we're picking between Vivek and Ron, and the rest of you motherfuckers is just here for show. This is how corrupt this fucking organization is between the R-S-C, the GOP, and all the fucking political commentators that go along with it, no matter who the fuck they work for. Some of these stations need to call me up so the people can hear some fucking real message. Doug for VP, motherfucker. Doug Burgum for VP. Matter of fact, his new name is Hip Hop because he got a fucked up leg.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Shout out to Doug Hip Hop Burgum. I'm going to play this shit again so y'all can see real fucking political class on the stage.
Martha, and of course, I'm from a town of 300 people. It's a big deal to make it on this stage with all these folks.
Look, humility. He didn't come out the gate like Vivek, oh, I'm the man. I'm coming to pull my double Uzis out and spray at everybody. No, this is nice, humble man. Meanwhile, this motherfucker Doug is self-made. Matter of fact, let's pull Doug's motherfucking Wikipedia up. I'm about to start campaigning for Doug, man. This is my motherfucker right here. Where's his Wikipedia page? Let's pull his motherfucking Wikipedia page up. Y'all niggas done got me started up today. How the fuck you gonna ignore this good white man sitting here like this? Huh? What does it say here? American businessman, investor, philanthropist. He like Trump. He almost like Trump. Where he got the money, his campaign is funded by himself. Born in a small town. Isn't that what y'all like? Isn't that like y'all like that small town shit? Isn't that what dude said in that song? He said you can try that shit over there, but you can't try it in a small town. He was talking about Doug.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Y'all know what song I'm talking about. Right here. Sold the company. Now here everybody's saying, oh, he works with Bill Gates. He sold his company to Microsoft in 2001 for $1.1 billion. He worked at Microsoft. That don't mean he in bed with him. Might be. I ain't gonna say he not. I'm just saying. Don't look like he still is. Anyway, let's check his early life. North Dakota State University. Stanford grad. So he got all the little check marks y'all be needing and shit. Stanford and all of that. Got his MBA. After the sale, Burgum was named Senior Vice President of Microsoft Business Solutions. He stayed at Microsoft until 2007. So Burgum found the soul of Microsoft. So people trying to say he's a Bill Gates guy, I'm not saving no evidence of that. All I'm saying is he once ran Microsoft, which tells me he's a smart motherfucker. But I don't see no ties to no vaccines or nothing like that. Wait till I play that video that Anomaly put together. Anomaly put together a phenomenal video. Phenomenal video. What'd he say about LGBT? In July 2020, Burgum called the 2020 Republican platform divisive and divisional on LGBT issues. During the 2023 sessions of the North Dakota Assembly, he signed numerous anti-trans laws, including a near total ban on gender-affirming care for minors. Let's go. Give me fucking Doug, man. I want fucking Doug. We on Team Doug. If you follow me, we on Team Doug. Fucks with him. He a real one. Because in 2020, he was like, yo, y'all being a little bit divisive. But when it came down to it, he said, all right, I'm putting my foot down on this trans shit, though. Put my foot down on this trans shit. Why the fuck nobody talking about Doug? Doug need to be trending. Doug the only real one up there. The fuck is wrong with y'all? Ain't nobody talked about Doug. You wasn't paying attention. If you ain't talking about Doug, you either bought and paid for, you out here grifting, or you wasn't paying attention. Those are your options. And I think the majority of you motherfuckers wasn't paying attention. Here you go, another clip. I'm going to play the same motherfucking clip again because I love it so fucking much.
So let's hear from Governor Burgum and then from Governor Hutchinson on the economy, sir.
Well, great. Thank you, Martha. And of course, I'm from a town of 300 people. It's a big deal to make it on this stage with all these folks. But
yes, it is. Clap it up for Doug.
But when they were all wishing me well, and I think I took them a little too literally when they said, go to Milwaukee and break a leg. But I do want to say on this, we're missing something. We can't just talk about the Biden economy because the economy, energy, and national security are all tied together. Of course, we're paying too much for our energy in our state, in our country right now. But part of the reason why is because of the Biden policies on energy. We've got a plan right now, the $1.2 trillion of Green New Deal spending buried in the Inflation Creation Act is something that is just subsidizing China. If we're going to stop buying oil from the Middle East and start buying batteries from China.
Chad said, when we going to work for Doug. Come on, I'm ready. I'm ready. Tell Doug Burgum, send the motherfucking campaign money. I'll go to work. I'll start making calls for the I ain't making no calls. I'll get somebody else to make some calls. But, hey, I'm ready to work.
I know we're just trading OPEC for Sinopec. And then belatedly, the Biden administration says, no, we're going to put sanctions on Russian oil. Well, we put sanctions on Russian oil. Well, then it's 20% off. Who's buying it? China. So if you buy a battery in this country, you buy a solar panel, it's being produced in a plant in China powered by coal, or it's being powered by oil and gas at 20% off. And every farmer in this country would like to buy diesel at 20% off, just like they're buying it in China.
Hey.
Surgical. Hold up. Here go your boy Vivek. Maj posted this video earlier. Here go your boy Vivek. What does this sound like, y'all?
Of a skinny kid with a funny name. Who the heck is this skinny guy with a funny last name, and what the heck is he doing in the middle of this debate stage?
He copied my whole fucking flow! Word for word, bar for bar!
Of a skinny kid with a funny name. Who the heck is this skinny guy with a funny last name?
Yo, he stole Barack Obama's style? This nigga stealing Barack shit? Vivek out here not even being original? This what we doing? This is what y'all supporting? A Barack clone? Y'all said Bill Gates donated to his campaign? I would expect Bill Gates to donate money to a campaign for a motherfucker that made his company great. I would expect that. And I never take points off based upon who donated to you. But we can't say that. Meanwhile, this is Soros boy on the screen. Let's go to the next. Let's go to the next clip. What else we got in here? I'm gonna come back to this ignorant nigga. The foreign policy. Nikki Haley versus this motherfucker. Nikki Haley, how you get roasted by a woman, dog?
A win for Russia is a win for China. We have to know that. Ukraine is the first line of defense for us. And the problem that Vivek doesn't understand is he wants to hand Ukraine to Russia. He wants to let China eat Taiwan. He wants to go and stop funding Israel. You don't do that to friends. What you do instead is you have the backs of your friends. Ukraine is the front line of defense. Putin has said once Russia takes Ukraine, Poland and the Baltics are next. That's a world war. We're trying to prevent war. Look at what Putin did today. He killed Prigozhin. When I was at the UN, the Russian ambassador suddenly died. This guy is a murderer, and you are choosing a murderer over a pro-American country.
First of all,
Mr. Ramaswamy, you have 30 seconds.
Watch this.
You know, Nikki, I wish you well in your future career on the boards of Lockheed and Raytheon.
You know, I'm not on the boards of Lockheed and Raytheon, and you know,
Boeing came off of it, but you've been pushing this lie. You've been pushing this lie all week, Nikki.
She went full Karen right here. She should have just been chilling, but she went full Karen right here.
Go and defund Israel. You want to
okay, let me address that. I'm glad you brought that up.
Oh, she triggered him with that. Did you hear that? Right there. She was like, oh, you want to defund Israel. Watch this. Watch his demeanor. Watch this.
And Raytheon.
You know, I'm not
but
on
the fact of the matter,
and you know,
Boeing came off of it, but you've been pushing this lie. You've been pushing this lie all week, Nikki.
You want to go and defund Israel? You want to
okay, let me address that.
He's like, oh, wait, let me address that. I want him to address the fact that he wants to defund our greatest ally. Let's hear how.
I'm glad you brought that up. I'm going to address each of those right now.
You going to address each of those right now, Vivek?
There you have it. So the reality
is, America less safe. You have no foreign policy experience, and it shows.
And you know what? The foreign policy experience that you all have.
Roasted his ass. Nikki roasted his ass. He lost this one. They both wrong as shit, but she roasted his ass.
I have to address that. So our relationship with Israel.
Now listen to him talk about our relationship with Israel. Listen to this shit. It just turns into a grift fest.
Than by the end of my first term. But it's not a client relationship. It is a friendship. And you know what friends do? Friends help each other stand on their own 2 feet. So I will lead Abraham Accords 2.0. I will partner with Israel to make sure Iran never is nuclear armed.
See? He just went to that whole talking point. Oh, I'm going to make sure Iran isn't nuclear armed. Talking point.
But you know what I love about Israel? And I've been there probably in the last 10 years more than most people on this stage. You know what I love about them?
Jabs at people. Petty jabs. Oh, I've been to Israel more than you. Petty jabs.
I love their border policies.
I love their border policies. Coming back to another basic bitch talking point. Build a wall. Now, was that a smart strategy from him? Absolutely. Smart debate strategy. Deflect. But you didn't address what you said about that budget to Israel.
I love their tough on crime policies. I love that they have a national identity and an iron dome to protect their homeland. And so, yes, I want to learn from the friends that we're supporting. And what puzzles me is, I want to learn from those and apply those to protect our homeland, Nikki.
Israel
that is the
needs
answer.
America. America needs Israel.
Okay, Governor
See? He was ready to move on then. Look at him. He was like, yeah, let's move on.
It's
our homeland, Nikki.
Israel
that
needs
is the answer.
America. America needs Israel.
Okay, Governor
Can we move on? He like, yes, please move on. Nah, Vivek, tell us why you want to cut that budget to Israel. Tell us why you want to cut that budget. You don't want to say that shit publicly no more, huh? I know why. Because you scared. Because you trying to win a debate. And you know that's an unpopular opinion. Even with the base. He's a coward. He's a coward and he's a grifter. Nah, nigga, stand up there and tell us why you want to defund Israel. I'm not saying you wrong or right, but I do want you to do like Doug and tell me why. You don't give me nothing to sink my teeth into. Only thing you said was I've been to Israel more than anybody else. Nobody give a fuck where you vacation, motherfucker. You ain't give me nothing to sink my teeth into, man. Pause. Fucking grifting ass shill. What is this? Is this another Doug clip? I think it's another Doug clip. Hold on, did we cover this one?
From Governor Burgum and then from Governor Hutchinson on the economy, sir.
Well, great. Thank you, Martha. And of course, I'm from a town of 300 people.
Oh, no, we
it's
did
a
that
big
one.
deal.
See how many times that's in the grift bag? How much I loved it? We covered that. What's this one? We covered that one. All right, let's go to the anomaly video. Let's play the anomaly video. Look at this shit. And I gotta make sure y'all see this good on screen. Hold on. We're gonna make sure y'all see this good and classic. Watch this slithering fuck.
So first, let me just address a question that is on everybody's mind at home tonight. Who the heck is this skinny guy with a funny last name, and what the heck is he doing in the middle of this debate stage? I'll tell you, I'm not a politician.
Of a mill worker's son who dares to defy the odds. The hope of a skinny kid with a funny name who believes that America has a place for him too.
This y'all boy? Barack Obama 2.0, this y'all boy?
So who is Vivek Ramaswamy? The Obama plagiarizing Big Pharma CEO, who wrote a book less than a year ago in which he compared Trump to sore loser Stacey Abrams, said he respects Pence, and says that Mike Pence did the right thing on January 6th. A man who tweeted out...
You could have stopped right there, Anomaly. You could have stopped right there, Anomaly. You could have stopped right there. Vivek turncoat. 1 minute, it's Trump was wrong and Pence did the right thing on January 6th. Then all of a sudden he changes his mind a year later. Why'd he change his mind? Oh, I know why. Because the motherfucker decided to run for office and he knew conservatives was dumb as shit. He knew these red whites was dumb as shit. And all he had to do was spit out the talking points and everybody would back him. He got smart. That's what he did.
Out well said George Soros, and seemingly even
what do you say about Soros?
Did the right thing on January 6th. A man who tweeted out well said George Soros and
oh, come the fuck on.
seemingly even parroted his rhetoric on open societies. A man who took money for his law school from a Soros fellowship said he did it in a video defending himself, quote, when I didn't have the money.
When I didn't have the money and it was a merit scholarship.
Yet Fox News reported that he made millions of dollars that year and $1 million every year for a couple years prior, so he lied about that. A man
Get him, Anomaly. Get him. Get him, Anomaly. Roast his ass.
Years prior, so he lied about that. A man who made a fortune off of a failed Alzheimer's drug, and a man who...
Oh, my God. He made a fortune off of a failed drug? That seems to be a common thing. Tanaya be able to tell you about that shit. He done seen the bullshit. This nigga made millions off of a failed drug? So he's a failed big pharma guy?
Failed Alzheimer's drug, and a man who just last year wrote a Wall Street Journal op-ed in which he said, the most important step in fighting the COVID-19 pandemic was the distribution of vaccines.
Oh my fucking God, yo. Oh my God. This the motherfucker y'all champion? This your boy? I warned you about this motherfucker from the first time I seen his face. It ain't called the Grift Report for nothing. It ain't called the Grifties for nothing. I could spot a motherfucker. I just got to look at the motherfucker's face and watch him talk, and I can tell you when a motherfucker's grifting. That motherfucker's grifty as they come. I could have told you that. If you can't tell when a motherfucker is grifting, you come to Hotep Jesus, you ask me, Hotep Jesus, this motherfucker grifting, and I'm going to tell you that motherfucker's grifting or he's not. And this motherfucker's grifty.
That's in 2022. So who is Big Pharma salesman Vivek? Well, he's whoever you want him to be, because just like Obama, he'll say whatever he has to say, even copying Obama, to tell the naive and foolish sheeple what they want to hear. Everyone's giving this guy softball interviews and weak debates. Vivek, if you want a real challenge, come on my channel. I don't buy your shtick at all.
Remember Vivek had that back and forth with Sonny. Sonny Johnson had the back and forth with him on Twitter. It was time for the interview, and what happened? Oh, he bailed out. Then they sent a rep. They sent the Vivek rep. Oh, the rep is going to talk to you, Sonny. Okay, bring that motherfucker on. All of a sudden, the rep disappears. You know why these motherfuckers don't want to talk to Sonny? Because they don't want no real fucking resistance. Because they're going to be exposed for the frauds that they are.
If former President Trump is convicted in a court of law, would you still support him as your party's choice? Please raise your hand if you would.
Would you support him as your party's choice? Now you see Vivek, he knows his base. Hand goes up first. Who's next? Tim Scott. Nikki Haley's right behind Tim Scott. Okay? Now remember who I said? I said I had Tim Scott up top with Doug. Who goes up after Nikki? Doug. Doug's right there. Now, Doug's late. But you see everybody to the right got their hand up. Nobody on the left has a hand up. I want you to pay attention to the guy that is second from the left. I want you to pay attention to the guy that's second from the left. That is Christie. Watch this bitch-ass motherfucker. So Ron throws his hand up because he hears the crowd. I want you to listen to the crowd. Let's play it from the beginning. I want you to hear the crowd. When the crowd roars, watch how the rest of the politicians react.
Would you still support?
Because the crowd's reacting to Vivek raising his hand.
Support him as your party's choice. Please raise your hand if you would.
See that? Did everybody see that? Now Asa doesn't budge. Probably because he was asleep. But right here, second to your left, you see Christie. I wish I had the clip after this. Because the moderator goes, he says, hey, Christie, you kind of like had your hand up and, no, you were the last one to have your hand up. What's going on? And Christie was like, no, I didn't really have my hand up. I just kind of did this thing. No, you put your hand up, bitch. You put your hand up, you fat bitch. You see how he tried to put it up and put it down? Because he didn't know which way the wind was going to blow? You fucking grifty, shifty motherfuckers. You fuckers you can't even stand on your own fucking two. You waiting for the crowd responses and what everybody else is doing so you know where to fit your fat ass in. You fucking slut. Fucking Christie. You fucking... Anyway, is it time for the calls? Let's play this last clip right here.
Vivek.
Again, Pence trying to come at Vivek. Just leave him alone.
If we do the giveaway that you want to give to Putin to give him his land, it's not going to be too long before he rolls across a NATO border. And frankly, our men and women of our armed forces are going to have to go and fight him. I want to let the Ukrainians fight and drive Putin and the Russians back out into Russia.
I want to just briefly address Pence. Vice President Pence. I have a newsflash. The USSR does not exist anymore. It fell back in 1990.
Vivek,
Pence was just getting his ass whooped. And I don't know how anybody ain't see that. Listen, we going to the phone lines, 202-596-5631. Text Hotep in your name to 202-596-5631. We going to the phone lines, and I'll be right back after this brief commercial message. Motherfuckers.
Yeah, I can try to get that handled for you. Again, it's only my second day, so if you can give me a second. How am I supposed to do this? How the hell are we supposed to do this by 5 o'clock?
I have no clue.
Is that possible? Hey, do you have the password to... How'd you finish all your work already?
He's not tapped in. How'd you get that done so quick?
They think they're gonna be able to budget that?
It's money. That's money right there. You understand? You guys finished your work 6 hours early?
He's not tapped in.
All right, let's go Goldstein. We're going to get Goldstein in here first. I want to hear from Goldstein. I want to talk to Goldstein. If you're not Goldstein, don't call in. If you want to call in, 202-596-5631. Text Hotep in your name so you can get your name on the list. Goldstein, what's happening, man?
What up?
What's good? What's good, man?
So, I mean, wow. Where do you start with all that bullshit? I'll start here.
Tell me about it.
It would seem to me that the moon landing yesterday wasn't the only fake shit India cooked up. That's all I'm saying. That's what it would seem to me.
That's savage.
I sent you a video of this tramp on some flip-flopping ass shit. I sent it to your DM if you want to play it later. But I don't know, man. We knew Vivek wasn't about a goddamn thing early on when this motherfucker shit popped out about Soros. Once I saw Soros was attached to this tramp, there was nothing else he could have said and or did that would have convinced me that he was on the level about any goddamn thing.
Big
Dude
facts.
is as manufactured as it gets. As manufactured as it gets, man.
Soros paid for you to go get your education? That looked crazy.
Yeah. You're an agent. You're a sleeper cell like a motherfucker.
Yep.
You know, and then, you know, look, they all up there on some bullshit. Doug was on his shit too. He has some good points. But I pretty much wrote all of them off when ain't none of them talked about dismantling the fucking surveillance state or any of our intelligence communities. You know, when none of them started saying anything about making them motherfuckers answer for past crimes, when they wasn't up there talking about any of that shit like with the CIA and all that, they lost me there. You know what I mean? So
FBI.
I knew all of them wasn't shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know? But we point to a lot of shit where it's like, yo, this is an unserious country. We've been doing that for some time now, like with the conservatives too, mainly conservatives talking about, yo, this is an unserious country. They'll point to that bald weirdo that Biden had in his administration who was still in women's clothes and say, look, this is an unserious country. Or when they have the military recruitment videos talking about this is an unserious country because all they want to talk about is DIE and all this other weird shit, right?
Yep.
Well, I want to point to something that happened yesterday, that also illustrates how unserious of a goddamn country we are.
Okay.
Because Trump's numbers on motherfucking Tucker last night were astronomical. They broke the internet. But any time that you can have a softball interview where there was zero pushback outshine the possible motherfuckers that are going to be running this country, because Trump is either over or close to 80. He could drop tomorrow because that's an unhealthy age for anybody. But all those motherfuckers up there have a vision for this country on where they want to take it, and when a softball interview can outshine that, we are an unserious country.
Correct.
And that should not go lost on conservatives who want to point out all the unserious shit that the left's doing, which is apparent by now. Yeah, y'all doing some unserious shit too. And you really need to tighten it up.
That's
now,
facts.
I want to thank you for letting me lead off the show today with that video. That's another example of how unserious that party is.
What?
So,
what video?
The one you played earlier. Mine.
Oh, yes. The people are unserious. They're unserious. They don't want to do the work. They want to outsource it to the government. Yeah, I love that video. Absolutely. What do you think about my boy Doug?
Doug is cool. Doug is establishment too. He's a little.
Well, they all
less
establishment.
So. Right.
I think the difference between Doug establishment and everybody else is, like, Doug's a billionaire.
Yeah. You know, listen, Doug showed me something that a lot of these motherfuckers don't ever show.
Yeah.
They never show this on either side of the aisle. Doug showed me a significant and respectable amount of discipline by staying his ass within the limit of those fucking buzzers. That should not go overlooked.
Facts.
If you can't go into a debate and stick to the rules of the debate and get your points across concisely and clear within the framework of that debate, to me, it shows a significant lack of discipline.
Facts.
And I'm not sure if I really want you at the helm, especially in perilous times like this. And Doug did that.
Yeah.
I'm always looking for that with these debates. Like, who can stay within the framework of the rules of the goddamn debate?
Mm-hmm.
Not just because it just shows a level of respect for the form. You know?
Yes. Says something about your character.
Yeah. And like Sonny was saying earlier, dude came off as completely privileged. Pence with his Q-tip head having ass. He came off as completely privileged.
Yeah.
He was absolutely right on that.
Yeah.
And I do want to give a special shout out to Trump today. I know today is picture day for Trump. You know what I mean? And I want to point out something that I saw that was pretty amazing. There's 16,166 days since the song Devil Went Down to Georgia was recorded. And if I'm not mistaken, there's 3 6s in that bitch.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
So how do you rank the did you watch the debate last night?
That's all I watched. I watched the Tucker shit this morning, but
Okay.
all I watched last night was the whole debate, and I went to bed.
Well, what was better, Tucker shit or the debate?
The debate by far, but I knew
Okay.
that already.
Yeah.
Because there's confrontation, there's real-time action going on there.
Right.
All that other shit on the Tucker shit was just a bunch of softball questions, zero pushback, and Trump repeating the same shit that he's been saying for the last 6 years.
That's what I figured.
Yeah. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to watch these debates. I'll catch Trump on the flip side.
Yeah.
But I
So
did
what's your
catch
top
that.
three?
Top three on the debate?
Yeah.
I'd have to say that Tim Scott took it for me. Then I'd put Doug second, and I would put Pence third. I don't even put Vivek in the, because all that flashy shit is, I saw it as an Achilles heel, and I was even telling my wife this. I was like, he put himself on the radar with all that flashy shit, and I guarantee you tomorrow there's going to be 50 million videos fact-checking this fool, showing everybody how much of a hypocrite he is. And sure enough, I sent you one, like I said, in your DM, but this is what it is. He put himself on the radar with all that brash, cocky, I'm young, I know better than everybody up here ass attitude.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And he put himself on the radar to have serious attacks levied against him because, for the main reason, because he said what he said about Israel.
Mm.
And now they can take him as a serious threat, so now the big guns will come out. Vivek will be out here. Maybe not the next debate, but the debate after that one, he'll be gone. He'll be gone. He will be gone. He will withdraw all of a sudden. His polling numbers won't be shit. Mark my words. You heard it here first.
Okay. So here's how I view Vivek in the VP spot, right? So when I looked at, like, first of all, I love your list. And if somebody put that list out, I could respect that person. Even with Pence in number 3, I can respect that, right? The issue is when you're VP, really what everybody's concerned with is not the vice president position, but winning the next election. Which one of these personalities are going to use to win this election, right? So they know Vivek is the token card, right? He's a nigga because he got brown skin, right? So he's POC. So he's got that going for him. But to me, like what you said, would you say he was a weakness? Like all that shit, what'd you call it?
All that brash shit, all that, talking with your chest poked out and making yourself a target.
Yeah.
That was going to be a weakness.
It's
Like he was
a
going to
weakness.
end up talking over everyone's head, trying to be the smartest motherfucker in the room. That shit is a target, and it'll be your undoing every time.
Yeah, I looked at that as a weakness, especially on the debate stage. You go on a debate stage, national stage with Vivek Ramaswamy, he might embarrass you. He might make you look bad, right? Because Democrats, you could call them a lot of things, but they know their shit. And they're going to play by the rules. You're not going to be able to talk past that buzzer. You're not going to be able to do those things. When they get that Democrat moderator in there, your shenanigans are going to look crazy. They're going to look crazy. And I feel like Tim Scott is more of a better representative. People were saying he was boring. I'm like, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Yeah. And then, so that's how I looked at the VP spot. I didn't like how people were saying that, Vivek is like the Trump card because he's charismatic. I'm like, no, Trump is not the same type of charismatic as Vivek. Vivek is young and loud and brash. Trump was calculating, funny. He was funny. He
comes off as a free man. When he banging on motherfuckers, he's saying shit that most of us would have said. When Vivek does, it comes off as schmarmy and elitist.
Yes.
There's a difference.
Correct.
Because of that college education and all that other fucking high-minded ass shit.
Yes.
He's coming at it from an Ivy League approach, whereas Trump comes at it from a construction worker approach.
Bingo. Blue collar versus white collar. And that's why Trump was more likable. And Trump's an asshole. Vivek's like trying to be. That's different. Like when you're an asshole, you can't help it. Like you being nice might sound like an asshole. But Vivek is like trying to be an asshole. And I'm like, you cannot. These two dudes are nothing alike, yo.
He made his bones. Trump made his bones shooting the shit with the fellas down there at the construction sites in New York.
Yep.
He knows how to talk some shit. You know what I mean? Vivek, he that motherfucker wrote his shit. He wrote all his bars last night. All of his one-liners, he had them shits on tuck for at least a year.
Yep. He was like a rapper going into a battle.
That's it. That's the difference between an Eminem and a Nas right there. One motherfucker is heartfelt and you can feel him, and the other mother-fucker is a studio creation.
Yeah.
So you got skills, but still a studio creation.
Yes, he is. He's a studio creation. Correct. So I like your list. You said Tim Scott number 1, Doug number 2, and Pence 3. Why is Tim Scott number 1?
Because he's a known commodity. If Doug would have had the same name recognition, I would have put him at 1. Tim Scott has name recognition because he's been out there a little bit longer.
Yep.
And the only reason Pence is 3 is because everybody else sucked, and there's nobody else I could have put at that slot.
Yo, I seen people with Ron DeSantis in their top 3.
Nah, hey, there's a video of this nigga going around in his closing speech, the little closing line.
Yeah.
When he says it, it's zoomed in on his face, and you see You see this weird ass smile that he gives, right? You seen that?
I saw the fake smile.
Yeah, between Ron DeSantis's clear-cut drug addiction, his psychopathic tendencies, and his motherfucking willingness to just throw laws out there that shits on all sorts of civil liberties, that dude is a clear-cut candidate, or at least, in my opinion, the closest candidate that I've ever seen in American politics to a Hitler. Put that motherfucker in power at your own peril. That's all I got to say about him.
Hold on a second. Say that last part one more time.
Which part?
You said to their own peril?
Yeah, you could put that motherfucker in power at your own peril. This dude is addicted to something. He's clearly emotionally fucked up for some reason. I don't know if it's because they're making him do this, and you can see it on him, or whatever the case may be, but there's some emotional baggage there. He's got some sort of an addiction there, and he has this just like willingness to just be like, fuck it, I'm going to make this law to just shit on all your civil liberties. Fuck it, right? That fuck it mentality when it comes to legislating. All that shit is exactly the same shit that made the Fuhrer who he was.
Let's stick to just the debate. Because this is how I'm judging. I'm judging everybody. I don't know you. I'm pretending like I don't know who these people are before in my assessment.
Right.
Like, how do they do in the debate? Why Tim Scott? I mean, why not Ron DeSantis debate wise? What did you get from him during the debate? What's the vibe he gave you?
He didn't make enough of an imprint on anything. He didn't. He was just. He is the personification of playing not to lose. That's what he was doing. He wasn't up there playing to win. He was up there to play not to lose. He didn't have no play to win in him at all.
Facts. Good point. Good point.
On that, like, yo, I don't know about this dude, because is he going to really do what it takes, or is he going to do what he's told?
Right.
He gives those type of vibes, and Pence does it too. Pence does that shit too. He plays not to lose too, but you know, Pence has more experience than any of them.
He does it better.
Yeah.
He does it better. And Pence did take a chance. He did take a chance last night going back and forth with Vivek. I don't think it was a smart move. But, you know, the thing with Ron is he's dopey to me. He's just like a walking dope. Like, he's not, for example, Vivek is sharp. He's on point, right? And that's his advantage over everybody, and has a lot to do with his youth. But when they ask the question, they say, you know, who would back Trump if he was picked as the candidate? And Vivek's hand goes up, and Ron is he's in the last batch group, and he looks to his left and looks to his right and then throws his hand up. I'm like, bro, you can't think on your own, bro.
I guess I better do this, looking ass.
Yeah, I guess this is the right answer. And I told people before, like, it's one thing I could do. I can spot a grift and I can spot a dumbass. And I can tell you everybody's IQ. Just let him talk. He's not that smart. He's a midwit. You know what I mean? And sometimes midwits think they're smarter than they are.
He was cheating on his term papers.
You know he was cheating his way through college.
He was looking over Shelley's shoulder like, was that the answer?
Yes, absolutely. So I don't even know how Ron DeSantis creeped into people's top 3. When I woke up this morning and I looked at the timeline, I seen people fawning over Vivek, and I seen Ron DeSantis in people's top 3, and no mention of Doug. I just wanted to throw everything away, yo. I wanted to just burn this world down.
They don't want to let go. That's all. People don't want to let go and just be like, Ron ain't worth a damn. They want to stick to as many. Because look, truth be told, the Republican field is just as thin as the Democratic one.
Facts.
If the Democrats were to have a fucking shit today, their field would be thin as fuck.
Thin as shit.
Just like the Republican one. There's no substance out of any of them. So when you get a name like a Ron DeSantis, who was making waves for some years, Mind you, the reason he was making waves is if you go back and look at his speeches 2 years ago, he was talking and even moving his hands like Trump. So that's the only reason he's on the map. But they don't want to let that name go because it seems like they got something, right? That people just don't want to give up hope. At the end of the day, you have nothing. We are fucked as a nation. Last night was a very clear-cut indication of that. We are fucked as a... What we need is somebody who's willing to get on that stage and act an ass.
You said what we don't need? Would you... Yo, Goldstein. Goldstein. We lost him. It's all good. It's all good. What's this video? Let's play this video real fast. He just sent this to me.
Climate change agenda is a hoax. Climate change is also real. I'm not denying the underlying reality that global surface temperatures are going up, and in part due to human activity. Climate change agenda is a hoax. Climate change.
I don't know. I might have to give Vivek a pass. You know, I'm gonna call it down the middle because this is my argument. That this is actually my argument. But he did say he didn't use that argument here.
Climate change agenda is a hoax.
Well, he did say climate change agenda. That's very specific than saying climate change is not real. I gotta give him bail on that.
Call from.
Teach me how to Dougie.
Teach me how to Dougie. Let's go.
Hey. Get Goldstein off my mic. It's time to. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do what Juvenile should have done. We're gonna bring back an old classic, but we're gonna do it right.
Yes.
Teach me how to Dougie.
Teach me how to Dougie. Yo, look, we got his whole campaign ready. Doug got to call us up. We got his whole campaign ready. We doing the Dougie at all his rallies.
Right. So listen. I wanted to call to talk about something I saw with Pence that can kind of be like a window into how we can maybe turn up people's grift radar a little bit.
Okay.
Do you notice how many times Mike Pence mentioned like Jesus and God and the Bible and all this stuff? Like, it was like he was shoehorning that shit into everything.
Everything.
And I was just telling some people at work back when Hurricane Gustav came through and like ripped some shit apart. Anyway, tore my roof off. One of my neighbors had like one of our other neighbors, guy across the street, start working on his roof, and he's like, "Hey, you should get this dude to come do yours." I'm not gonna say his name, but anyway. So I was like, "All right, bet." Like, I go talk to him and everything. He's like, "Yeah, we can get started on. You know, I can't start tomorrow because I got to go to Bible study and all this stuff." And he just starts saying all this, you know. He just starts telling me about how, like, he just wants to do right by me because of the Lord and all this stuff. And I was like, I got a weird kind of oogie feeling, but I was like, all right, let me not be a dick, because maybe he's for real, and I'm just, like, being judgmental. I don't want to be that way. So they came and dropped off 2 pallets of shingles in my driveway one day, and the next morning, shingles gone. And he comes up to me, he's like, "Hey, man, somebody stole your shingles." I was like, "My shingles? They stole your shingles? Like, that, y'all just, like, dropped that shit off in my driveway and left it unprotected and everything. It looks like you got to go get some more shingles to put on my roof." So anyway, he tries to do all this stuff. I think he saw it wasn't going to play, so he backed off on that. But man, he tried to do all kind of shit. Like, they like stepped through my ceiling. They didn't cover it up with tarp on the roof and everything. Some rainwater got in because it was still raining and shit. Anyway, he tried to like get off with all kind of extra money, trying to make me pay for some stuff that he had done. The point I'm making is sometimes somebody will use the things that they think you want to hear, especially what they think you want to hear, because you'll come across as like their savior, and that's the way that they get into your drawers.
Yes.
You got to be careful. Protect your drawers.
So
Like, don't let it
last
happen.
night Vivek did this thing where he goes, you know, there's my wife and my 2 kids. They do the family thing too. So it's like, make sure you mention you believe in God. Like you can just hear their campaign manager in their ear before they go on stage. Like, make sure you talk about God and make sure you talk about your family and make sure you mention your wife. They all got that script that like you gotta have the dog, the wife, and God and shit. Then people hear that shit and they're like, oh my God, he has 2 kids. And I'm like, fuck them little niggas, man. What the fuck he gonna do for the country? People are so fucking stupid.
What does that have to do with? What does that have to do with inflation? So here's what I want to say about the Pence thing, though, because yes, you're absolutely right. Vivek was doing it too. And I even saw a taste of it with, like, even with Doug, you know, saying, like, I come from a town of 300 people. Like, okay, I get it. Like, you want to humble brag. All right, whatever. Like, you came up from the mud or
MoFax, you calling in next. MoFax, you calling in next. We gotta argue. I gotta argue with MoFax.
I know Mo's got dirt on Doug. So
Mo, text text the number. So I got your number 202-596-5631. Text that number, please, Mo. Text that number. You are the next caller. I need to hear from you. Then Rudy going after that. My bad. Oh, and I got to talk to Tanya.
No, you good.
I got to talk to Tanya, too. You remember Tanya from Hotep Con. I got to talk to Tanya, too. My bad. Go ahead. My bad, yo.
Tanya, Chris.
Go ahead.
So,
go off.
All right, so check it out. So one of the things that Pence was doing was he's talking about all this stuff like almost from this, like, not holier than thou, but like my character is impeachable because I said Jesus.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, you would nuke Mexico off the face of the earth if it served the people who pay your bills interest. So don't come at me. Do not come at me with Jesus. Get his name out of your mouth. And you can have all the little, like, I don't go on a meeting with another female unless my wife is there. I don't go alone. Like, I don't even go to a Colts game with anybody unless my wife is there or unless we're rolling deep and there's more than just me and this girl or whatever. Like, okay, cool. I'm sure that appeals to some people who, like, respect. And I have my own thoughts on that. Like, I don't think that's a terrible idea if you feel like you might be tempted or whatever. But that's appealing to some stuff that will make people, again, they got to let him into their drawers. And I'm saying, like, keep him away. He is just Eddie Haskell, a slick talker, because he has no problem with shitting on black people, with doing the whole law and order, we're going to crack skulls and all this kind of stuff. I'm sure Unc loves that shit. Unc was, I'm sure, strapping on his SWAT gear, ready to mount up for Pence last night when he heard him talking. But this is not the Jesus man that you think he is, but he's talking a good game because that's the way that these, and pay attention to that. And whenever you hear somebody who's saying on that stage, on any of these debates or in any of these political ads, check yourself. I know you talked about this with, like, how you sometimes how you have to, like, consume entertainment, where some of it you're doing with, like, your human mind, but some of it you got to step back and use your third eye and watch yourself watch this stuff. Watch yourself when you're watching these debates and check your emotions and make sure these people, as Sonny Johnson would say, aren't just giving you a tingle up your leg, because they have tested this stuff in focus groups. What is going to get people to tingle up their legs?
Yep.
And they know what buttons to push on you. Don't let your buttons be pushed. That's all I got to say. Stay woke. We're bringing back woke. We brought back Hotep. We're bringing back woke.
We bringing woke back?
Go. Stay woke.
We bringing woke back?
We're bringing woke back.
Yeah, don't tell me that, because I was thinking about that shit last night. Like, nigga, I'll lean on that shit, but ain't nobody gonna lean with me.
I will lean with you. We got to bring woke back so we can sell woke water again. Damn.
Oh, man. Yo, Chad, I forgot about woke water. Damn.
Bring it back.
All right, say less. We taking stay woke back.
All right, man. I'll let you other people. I'll let Mo come on.
All right, yo. Hold up a bill. Where is MoFax? MoFax, Get on my line right now. We got to argue. How dare you say? He in the chat talking about it's crazy. Y'all got Pence over Vivek. What you mean it's crazy we got Pence over Vivek? You got Vivek over Pence, my nigga? What? You have lost your noggin. You have bumped your head, Mo. Robert Ramaswamy? Mr. I dropped a drug that failed and still got paid? That guy? Mr. Defund Israel? You not about to defund Israel, not on my watch.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Don't stop giving Israel money now. No, don't stop giving money Israel now. Keep that check flowing. I want all ties to Israel. Mwah. I love Mother Israel. No, we're not doing that. Keep that check going. It's the same size every year. I ain't got no fucking problem with that check. It's a whole lot of other checks we can start cutting though. It's a whole lot of other checks we can start cutting though. He want to cut aid. And then if you're going to say this shit, stand on it. That's why I respect Nick Fuentes sometimes, because he stand on the shit he say. You know what I'm saying? Stand on the shit you say. If you wanted to cut the budget, he should have stood 10 toes down last night and told Nikki Haley exactly how he felt about how we used that money to Israel. And he didn't do it. And I knew he wouldn't do it. And that's how I know he's a shill. Because the nigga's a grifter. Oh, he's a grifter. No, say why you want to defund Israel. Say that shit. We not defunding Israel. No. We not doing that. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. What did Nikki Haley say about Israel? Oh, my God. Where is the clip? I think she said what I think she said, but let's see what she said. Let's see what she said. Because if she said what I think she said, where's the Nikki Haley clip where she brought up Israel? Here it go. What did she say?
You have to know that.
It's towards the end right here.
Never is. America needs Israel.
Okay. Boom!
And let me tell you, it's not that Israel needs America. America needs Israel.
Okay. Oh.
For Russia is a win for China.
Did you hear what this woman just said? Did you hear what this woman just said? Did you hear what this woman just said? Play that back, Nikki. Play this part right here, Nikki. Come on, Elon. Fuck, you ain't paid Bezos' bill yet, man? You ain't pay your Bezos' bill? AWS ain't working, dog? Look right here.
The friends that were sending our homeland,
that
Nikki.
Israel
that
needs
is the
America. America needs Israel.
Okay.
Yo, has anybody clipped this yet? America needs Israel. Has anybody clipped this yet? Oh, here it go. Bruh. You want to talk about shit that y'all missed last night? That's classic moments.
I want to learn from those and apply those to protect our homeland, Nikki.
Israel needs America. America needs Israel.
Okay.
That's facts. That's facts. That's facts. That's facts. Retro Neon, $1 super chat over on Rumble. He said, not gonna lie, last night Trump looked out of it in that interview. Also, I think Trump has a clone. I don't care if my tinfoil hat is on too tight. Oh man, Trump got a clone? Yo, they sent clone Trump to go see Tucker. I would have sent my clone too. If I was Trump. Not me. I'd want to go see Tucker. But if I was Trump, I'd send my clone too. Jimmy Dawes, $10. Hotep and stay woke. Salute Hotep Nation. Shout out Jimmy Dawes. Jimmy, yo, you was missed that. Tanya, you can also call in. Tanya, I want to hear from Tanya. Tanya was at HotepCon. I want to hear from Tanya. Tanya's amazing. She's an absolute fucking sweetheart. Who is this? Oh, here we go.
Call from
Mo Fax on the line.
How you doing, Hotep?
What up, bro? I'm doing good, man. I'm turned up. Y'all niggas got me angry today. nigga.
Why you want to argue with me for, man? Hey, I like to preface all statements to say I am a political atheist, and I don't believe in none of this crap. You know what I'm saying? But let's go ahead. Let's go.
You sound like me now and shit. Cause I'm a political atheist too, but I'll be all up in this shit. Cause this shit matters and it kind of doesn't. You know what I'm saying? But
it's important. Yeah, it's very important. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's important. Look, you got Vivek over Pence?
Pence can't run water, bro. I mean, like, we talking about winning elections. And then what we talking about here? Pence is the most hated person on both sides of the aisle. He can't, you know what I'm saying? Like, as with Biden, at least he could.
So you're saying from a standpoint of beating the Democrats?
Of winning. That's the whole point of politics, right? Is to win. If you don't win,
then I would choose Vivek over Pence too. You definitely can't win with Pence. No, that's not gonna work.
Because we've seen the blueprint with Vivek,
but
with
Pence,
Obama.
but you can't have Pence anyway because Pence and Trump are like enemies now.
That's my point. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're pro Pence, then you're not going to. Pence is never going to get the 45 vote.
Correct.
He's never going to get the orange vote.
Yeah.
They're abstain. So that's what I'm saying. Even with a Vivek, even though he talks out of both sides of his mouth, we've seen Obama actually win this way. And if you actually look at it, Vivek is way ahead of schedule when you compare him to Obama, because Obama did the 04 speech.
Obama was late. Obama was late.
That put him on he did the DNC speech that put him on the map, and then 4 years later, he was running for president. I think Vivek went in there guns a-blazing, you know what I'm saying, metaphorically, say, I got to make a name for myself now. This is not about winning now, and really this ain't even about being a VP. This is about whoever's running. If one of these guys on this stage win, I want to lump them up so if I got to run against them again, I can win. I can beat them or have a chance to beat them. And if Trump wins, hey, come 2028, I got a good standing. Most of these people are one and done on that stage right now. Pence is gone. Nikki Haley's gone. Chubbs is gone. What's Big Boy name? Ron is gone.
Christie.
Only person you really got to deal with is Tim Scott.
Correct.
So that's why I got him over Pence. I think Tim Scott.
Who's your number one guy?
I think Tim Scott, if it's not Trump, has the best chance to win.
Yo, all right. So Mo, I this is the shit I said, okay? And niggas is saying to me, I picked him because he was black.
No, but that's part of it.
It is part of it. But the question isn't between, black. It's basically saying we got two POC. We got Vivek and we got Tim Scott, and people are choosing. Like if I would have said Vivek, it would have just been, real people mad, and everybody's been like, yeah, retweet, right? But I'm not picking Tim Scott because he's black. It's part of it, but that's not why.
No, not to us. We're not picking him because he's black to us.
Correct.
It's the political advantage of being black. If Trump got 20% of the black male vote,
and he get a black
and for some
VP?
reason he can't run, right? And he has a black VP, or say if Trump can't win and Scott is your number one candidate, I think that's a good look for the Republican Party because you maintain that momentum that Trump got with the black male vote, and they can't. You want the Democrats to be them worst selves. So to get up there with that Uncle Tom talk and that kind of thing, the condescending, you're just the white man's black man, and that kind of thing, that would look bad on the Democrats, which I think would help the Republicans win. Everything I say is from political calculus. Nothing is my personal opinion.
No, I agree. I agree with everything you just said. I love the way you broke it down. So outside of the black card with Tim Scott, what do you like? Oh,
South Carolina. I mean, he's from South Carolina. honestly, he could go down there and campaign against Biden in the primaries. I know, of course, they're not running against each other, but make his presence felt in South Carolina and make trouble for Biden in South Carolina because, that's the first primary. And if he goes down there and uses his political machine to slander Biden, now you got the Democrats trying to figure out if they even want Biden to be the nominee or not. I think there's a lot of positives there. But I think the best ticket would be Trump and Scott. That's lethal weapon 45.
Trump and Scott, bruh, this is what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? Because he got all the, he's the calm force.
Yes.
For the wild Donald Trump. He's the analytical, smiling, while you got the orange rage machine. And I think that would be a good balance.
You can't have Vivek and Trump. That is just, it's too much.
No, it's too much. Like I said, Vivek, I understand what Vivek's doing. Yeah. Vivek is trying to tap into the I think the Zoomers, the younger millennials. He's ahead of time. And what's your boy name? The Nick Fuentes, this unapologetic whiteness. That's, is brewing with the younger white people, quote unquote white people. I think he's tapping into that. That's what the Eminem thing was about. It's like the old fogies are not going to get it, but he's trying to be the youth candidate that Obama was for the Democrats.
Yeah. I can see that. I can see him being popular amongst the youth. All right, no, that makes sense. Damn, I wanted to fucking debate you, but we agree on everything.
Oh, I can debate you on something. Your boy Doug, hey, watch your boy. I know I ain't gonna mess up the grill. You know what I'm saying? So Doug, if you listening, Hotep is the man you need on your campaign because he got his ear to the streets. But I'm just gonna tell you, as far as when we talk about winning and losing, anytime you got Bill Gates in your history, that's just like Vivek having Soros in his history. That segment it's gonna be a segment of voters like what's going on. And Doug, it's that farmland thing. It's some stuff going on in North Dakota. With the farmland and Bill Gates buying it, and there's some legislation thing. I'll let you look into it for yourself.
Listen, I know all the dirt on. I know the dirt on Doug, because everybody been throwing that shit in my mentions.
No, but it's all good though. Like I said, it depends on which way this party's trying to go. If you're trying to go,
don't he got the least amount of dirt though? Ain't he the cleanest up there?
Right, he's clean. He's a businessman. He has the billionaire stamp that Trump has. If they're trying to go more moderate, winning over more of the Democratic vote and losing the orange vote, you playing that political game, I think he's a safe bet because he's very presentable.
I don't understand why more conservatives don't like him.
Because it depends on what kind of conservative you're talking to. If you're talking to the D.C. Beltway, New York conservative, that kind of thing, they'll rock with him. Because it's like, it's big business. It is what it is. I mean, we all got friends. We all got friends in high places. But if you're talking about the small town vote, as we want to call it, the orange vote, nah, when you got Bill Gates in your past, especially that close, and you've worked with Microsoft for many and many years. So I don't think that's gonna do what needs to be done, unless they just say, hey, we're going middle of the road and screw the orange vote. We're trying to get more of the blue vote that's pissed off of the Democrats.
The list I want to get to is, if this was your America, who did you like at a debate? If ignore everybody else, your personal taste, who would you pick?
I like Tim Scott. And like I said, I don't vote. But the reason why I like Tim Scott is nobody doesn't not like Tim Scott. Even the people that troll him and call him an Uncle Tom or whatever, they really don't have nothing to put on him. He doesn't get the smoke Clarence Thomas gets. You know what I'm saying? Like, Clarence Thomas is hated by the left. Tim Scott is just like, we see you grifting and we get it, but it's not an actual disdain for him.
Yes.
So I think Tim Scott would be the best And honestly, if they can win with him, hey, he could be what the Democrats wanted Obama to be. Like I said, a smile goes a long way. Pause.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And when a person that can smile can make you smile, that's a great salesman.
Yeah.
And I think that's what Tim Scott's real gift is nobody doesn't not like him. So that's who I like as far as on that stage at that night. But like I said, it's Trump's to lose. You saw that when he sat down with Tucker. It's really that's the JV. You know,
Jay-Z?
JV.
JV.
Yeah, that was the JV, and I, like I said, Trump let them know, 100. And I know views on Twitter. We know how that goes, a 2-second thing and whatever. But to have 100 million views overnight, people want to hear from Trump. Trump has probably been the most entertaining time of my adult life since he's been in politics, and I think people miss that television show. To be honest with you.
Yeah. I could agree with that. We got Cooley coming on with Chad after this in about 3 hours to talk Hotep Con. That's dope because that'll be right before Hotep's been told you tonight with Uncle Hotep. He better have his shit together too. But yo, so yes, Tim Scott, I agree. It's my number one pick. Does your personal pick of Tim Scott have anything to do with him being black?
No, because like I said, it's whenever I talk politics, it's about who do you think will be the best person to win, because that's the goal of it, right? And I'm very objective on this. Now, one person I would still like to interject in this whole conversation, for whatever reason, if Trump can't run, the best chance for the Republicans was not on that stage last night.
Here we go with the Larry Elder shit.
Hawley. No, it's Hawley.
Oh.
Hawley has played this very smart. He could have easily been on that stage and mocked everybody up, but he's being a loyalist to Trump. So for whatever reason, if Trump can't make it, he's the clear step in. He was very active in January 6th with his presence. He's been very active riding on the woke,
Wait, what's his first name?
Crowd. Josh Hawley.
Yo, that's my nigga.
He's
a senator, right?
Right. He has the voice. He's young. He's actually the real Obama. He's really the actual white, real Obama.
Yo, he's on point.
Yeah.
So
if Trump...
No, go ahead.
Excuse me. What I'm saying is if Trump, for whatever reason, can't run, health, legal troubles, whatever else, I think he's the person to step in and be the uniting.
He was squash Vivek. He was squash Vivek so fast. If Hawley was on that stage,
right.
Why you do that to me? Why you going? You just fuck my day up more, Mo. Oh, come on, man. We could have had Josh up there.
He's playing it smart though. See, he's being loyal to Trump. This is how you do it. This is if you're going to be. If you're the capo and you want to be the next boss, you stay the capo, right? You know what I'm saying? All the way to the end until the boss can't go on, and then you let him anoint you the next boss. And that's what Hawley is doing, because they were asking Hawley back in 2021, 2022, are you running? And you see the candidates on that stage. He could talk them or talk circles around whoever's on that stage, but he's like, Trump's my guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm a 45 guy. And I think he's playing that smart just in case if he has to swoop in, he'll be the best candidate for the job if needed.
That's smart. I get it and I like it. I like Josh. I really like Josh. I know it's probably some dirt and shit, and he's probably Illuminati the fuck out. You know, but
the Jesuit, you know what I'm saying, connection, but I mean, it is what it is. Everybody at high up got some friends somewhere.
You gonna have some
I'm
friends
just gonna
somewhere.
say that.
Y'all gonna be saying that shit about me. Oh, you know, Hotep Jesus got that show on Fox, right? You know he one of them now. You know, so
and you know, and if they say that about you, they're gonna say about me. You know, Mo used to call in the Hotep show, so he got some Fox connections. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is.
They all Freemasons.
Right.
Damned if you do, damned if you don't. Some bullshit. Hey, Mo, I appreciate the call, bro.
As always, stay up.
All right, Hotep and Bill.
All right, peace.
Jonah wants to call in and argue about defund Israel. No, you heard what Nikki Haley said. We need Israel. America needs Israel. You damn right we do. That's for the wall. You're all right. It's too many of you motherfuckers trying to call in today. What is going on? Rudy, all right, I'm gonna give y'all green lights. We got green light on Rudy and Mike. Rudy and Mike, we got green light, and Tanya. Where is Tanya? There go Rudy. Rudy, what up, man?
Call from
Rudy, what up, man?
What's up, HJ? What's going on, brother, man?
Life is good. Life is good, man. Happy
great
fucking
show.
post
Great show
debate
today,
day.
man. But you gotta let me in every now and then before Mo or these motherfuckers be stealing my shit, man.
Oh man, I'm sorry. You absolutely right.
No, it's all good, brother. It's all good, man. I love the format. Man, Mo's a sharp dude. I don't always agree with him, but man, sometimes that dude's sharp, man. I like Josh Hawley, dude. He pulled that. I was like, damn, man, he's so right on with that, dude. So right on with that.
Yeah.
But listen, brother, I'm 100% with you. You watch that debate. I watched it this morning. You watch that debate. Doug is common sense, man. But common sense don't get you elected in America. Commas and sense do. And that's why you got...
Say that again? Say that again?
Doug was common sense. But common sense don't get you elected. It's commas and sense that get you elected. And that's why Doug won't get up in the fight. That's why he won't.
This a real Hotep brother.
And that's it, dude. You know, common sense don't go far in America, but commas and sense do. You know what I mean? And I'm with you. Like on substance, like Doug was the only one with the abortion. And you fought for 50 years to get it put back to the states, and every one of them jackasses is up there talking about, well, yeah, I'd like to put past the national. It's supposed to happen like it wants. If New Jersey wants to kill them till they're nine months, and that's what they want in the state of New Jersey, that's what the people vote for, fine. You see, they just signed one in the other day, 6 weeks in another state.
Yeah.
It's the states' rights fucking issue, man.
Yeah.
Take the power out of the feds. I'm in disagreement with you. The Department of Education and the teachers unions, they got to go. You can cut that Department of Education in half, man. You got to go watch Tom.
No,
listen, brother.
We're not going to erase any of the labor. We talked about this last time. We are going to retrain them and give them new positions.
Oh, that's right. They can go pick up shit in San Francisco. I'm with you.
Facts. They cleaning up them San Francisco streets because it's their failure that created it. Go clean your fucking mess up.
I'm with you. But just like I said, I watched the interview with Massey, and he broke down the mathematics behind it. And there's an awful lot of money that comes from all of us and gets dumped into that Department of Education, and it's all its employees in D.C. That's all I'm saying. This is the financial thing. But I don't like Vivek, man. I understand Vivek.
Thank you.
I'm slimy as shit, dude. I mean, I've seen him flip flop. I'm on the edge of full blown Hotep, so I see his ass, right? I see his ass. But he did a great job slapping down rhinos last night, dude.
He did.
He did a great job slapping down rhinos, dude.
He did.
And that's all I need him to do. Because Mike Pence and Asa Hutchinson, they should do the world a favor, dude. You know what? And when I'm saying do the world a favor, it's like it's not. I'm not going to say it up here, but just do the world a favor, man. Just get out of the fun. Nikki Haley, he hit her. He's exactly right. Go enjoy your job on the board of Raytheon. Now I'm not anti-aid to Israel. I'm not that dude. But you could. They got $32 billion of U.S. tax money to build their wall around their country, and we can't get $5 billion to build ours. It's you gotta when you got Jabari's people like Chuck Schumer, when you got Jabari's people like Debbie Wasserman Schultz, and you got Jabari's people on the Democrat side, left-wing Jabari's people, who anything they want over there they can have. But we're going to fight everything tooth and nail over here. I can't, it's a delicate balance, man. Just say give them whatever they want. Needs to be picked apart. Needs to be picked apart a little bit. And all of them were dead wrong. It's the Department of Defense. So tell me why we can fly a fucking drone over Afghanistan and find some fucking goat herder in the mountains and blow his ass up, but we can't fly that fucking drone up and down that fucking border on the United States. Tell me why we can leave $85 billion in hardware in Afghanistan, but we can't bring that $85 billion in hardware. They could shut that border down. They could stop this shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm libertarian at heart, so I think, you know, if people want to get high, they should be able to get high. But what they're doing now with the Chinese selling the chemicals, the Mexicans mixing it up. I had a buddy die the other night. You know what I'm saying? Kid I went to high school with. Bought some pills off somebody, thought it was Percocet, and fucking OD'd on fentanyl. The shit is the total war by the Chinese, dude. They wrote books about it. It's their plan. You sell the chemicals and the cartels, they're making more money off human trafficking than they are fucking dope right now. You know what I'm saying? You got to shut that goddamn border down. No reason we can have a drone that flies over in Afghanistan and picks a single goat herder off in the mountains, but you can't fly them drones up and down that U.S. border, man. Department of Defense, not offense. But, you know, it's just... So Nikki Haley, she's got to get up. She's got to get the fuck up out of there too, dude. She was applying for her job on Raytheon. Vivek was right about that. I would never listen. There's only one dude on that stage last night besides Donald Trump that I'm gonna carry my ass in North Carolina, and I'm gonna show him ID, even though they tell me I don't need ID to vote for. Besides Donald Trump, is Tim Scott, dude. Doug's never gonna make it, but if he did, I'd get off. But any one of them other motherfuckers over there, any one of them, I wouldn't. I'm abstaining, dude. I'm abstaining. There's no way you could get me out there to go vote for him. And the Trump and Tucker thing, yes, Goldstein, you were right, brother. That shit was softball as hell. But I think it was both of them showing, look, man, Fox News and the Republican Party, y'all ain't with the people. And you could tell by the views it got. And then, you know, the mainstream media could be like, it's only impressions and da-da-da-da. But you can tell them two going on, and yeah, it was softball, and there weren't really any tough questions. I'm 100% in agreement with that. But they showed that the people's heart and the American people's will is over here. It's not on that stage last night with Robert Ramaswamy, Mike fucking Pence, or any of them cocksuckers besides Doug and Tim Scott. You know what I'm saying? They're in line with the American people.
Yeah.
We don't like religious zealots running Iran, right? The mullahs. So the last thing I'm gonna do is put a religious zealot in the United States.
Who you got, man? VP, who you got, man? Last night, who you got?
VP?
VP.
For VP?
VP.
Trump Scott would fucking, it's over with, dude. It's over with.
What's your top three?
In the debate last night?
Yeah.
On substance, Doug, Tim Scott. That's it, dude. I don't even got a third one. The rest of them are fucking chills, dog.
That's what I wanted to hear. That's what I wanted to hear. It was Doug, Tim Scott, and everybody else.
On substance alone, on substance, constitutionality, and principle, it was Doug and Scott and Doug. The rest of them are all a bunch of fucking assholes. Like I said, there's no way I would get up out of my daily routine and fucking deal with them people, man. There's no way that I would waste 8 hours of my day or 2 hours of my day or whatever it took to go vote for any of them fucking people, dude. But you put a Scott, Mofax is right, you put a Trump and Scott ticket together, get some solid Republicans on down ballot, and they'll fucking have full control of the government like they did in 2016. And hopefully this time there ain't no fucking Paul Ryan in there cock blocking the agenda, dude.
Listen.
Cock blocking the agenda. Because they stand sure.
If they put Tim Scott in there, the people got it from there because the Miami Vice memes, what's the other movie?
The Mel Gibson, Lethal Weapon.
Yeah, Lethal Weapon. You know what I mean? Like, we need that. They need to put that out there so we can meme him into existence.
And Mo Fax was 100% right about that. That's a winning ticket. If you got 20% of black men voting Trump, you probably, over the last 3 years and what they've done to our wallets, you probably got another 15% just from what they did to our wallets.
Listen.
And then you got, I'm listening. Go ahead.
Listen. People had Ron on their top 2 list and no mention of Tim Scott. Explain that.
Because Twitter's a bunch of fucking idiots, dude. It's a bunch of fucking idiots. Like even Anomaly, dude. I watched that video. It was a great video. Way to expose Vivek. The other day he put out a tweet. Protocol Man is one of the calmest, most rational dudes in this chat. Hit him with a little pushback and he blocked that motherfucker. That dude's a fucking cunt, dude. He's a coward, man. He's like an Ian fucking Crossland, dude. Some dude. Listen, man, I like Beanie Man. He's all right. He's a little bit preachy, but he's all right. But that fucking Crossland, dude, stick to fucking music and art, you fucking pansy. You're not a fucking man, dude.
Come on, that's
You're
my
not
boy, yo.
I don't give a fuck, man. Like I said, if he stayed in his fucking lane, stay in your fucking lane.
I like Ian,
Stay in your
man.
fucking lane, man.
Come
All he's got to
on.
do is stay in his fucking lane, dude. Stay making music. Stay playing with crystals. Stop talking about grown man shit, you fucking hump, dude. And Anomaly's the same way. You get a little pushback and you block somebody on fucking Twitter. If I had a Twitter following, you could call me anything you want to. Just don't. What is it? It's the internet. It's the internet. I told you I got rid of Instagram because I was trying to fight people for real, man. It's the internet. I finally woke up. I was like, man, this is the fucking internet, man. These nameless, faceless fucking cunts, man. Fuck the internet, dude. It's not real, dude. You know what's real? You're real. You know why you're real? You know why you're real. We linked up in real life, dude. That's real, man.
Yeah.
The internet ain't shit.
Yeah.
It's not shit. Not shit. It's a bunch of fucking idiots, man.
Yeah. But let me get
So
my
of
homegirl
course-
Tanya in here, man.
All right, my bad, brother. Hotep and build y'all, man. The vet got spicy there. I'm glad you embraced the dark side of the grift today, man. Way to fucking go, dude. I love you, boy. Good, brother.
That motherfucker crazy.
Hello?
Tanya.
Hey.
Hello.
Am I live right now?
We live, baby.
Okay. Oh, hi. I finally got in. This is really cool. Except I'm walking my daughter home, so a little weird timing.
Okay. No, great.
But it's okay. It's okay.
Great to have you here. You went to HotepCon. It's Tanya from HotepCon, right?
I did. I did. I just wanted to call and talk a little bit about that because it was so fun and encourage other people to go and you know I don't really have much thoughts about the theme of the day with the debate and stuff because there's really nothing like 2016. All those wonderful Republican candidates, like 17, 18, and then of them, and like no one saw Trump come in, and then he's like greatest upset and ever, and that was great. So you know everything else is kind of like, I'm still like feeling bad for Trump. But anyway, yeah, my first HotepCon. So thanks for welcoming me and all your handlers. Were very welcoming and lots of love, and they're very accommodating. And so you know, I guess like what I surprised me the most was all the different kinds of people from different walks of life. You know, that was really nice to see. It wasn't just one kind of people. You know, you felt comfortable. And, you know, shout out to Catherine out there and her nice husband in Chicago. She told me that she listens every day.
Yeah, Catherine and Todd.
He paid for the lift back for us when we came back from the Mirage. He was just a sweetheart like that. And
okay.
So, yeah, and then it was, I love the lineup. Cooley Bravo's interview was like probably the funniest thing I've ever heard. And, you know, Sunny, her show was great on Saturday and her lineup and, you know, like showcasing all people doing the, you know, fighting the good fight out there, you know, like Gabby and AK and all that, you know, and shout out to Patriot J and Olivia. Turns out we live in the same city. So, you know, if you're ever in the LA area, you know, and you're going to hang out with Patriot J, give me a call.
All right, no doubt. Say less. We're going to pull up.
So, yeah, it was nice meeting you at breakfast, and, you know, we chopped it up a little bit, but, you know, what's up with Unc? You know, I'm trying to be nice and introduce myself, and, like, he's just, like, too cool for school or what? Like, he doesn't talk. You know, okay, here's my goals for next HotepCon. Here's the goal. Being cool enough to be able to sit and talk with Unc.
Thank you. I appreciate that information, Tanya. I didn't know that. Wow.
You know, he's like awkward. So, you know, he's too cool for me. He's too cool for me. So,
wow.
no, we had really good conversations. But here's a little like indirect theme with it. Talking a lot of you know, young men at the conference and HotepCon, and you know, they're talking about like the struggles with dating. You know, trying to find a, you know, a good woman, and you know, I feel for them. You know, I feel for the men. You know, like I thought about my son, and I came home and like opened up a good conversation about that. Like, how do men see women when they act a certain way, and what do men really want? And you know, it's a good conversation. You know, if I was younger, single, I would dated any of them. You know, they were like, this so smart, and I'm just saying, young women out there, you know, there's good men out there, and you know, we gotta start turning it into like a couple meetup or something like that, like a singles. I don't know, Tennessee.
Hotep singles.
Yeah. Something like that. I kind of see that. So anyway, sorry, I just wanted to call and say that, but you kind of like stole my thunder with the whole walking home here. And then Goldstein and Chad took all my time up, but just kidding.
Well, I'm glad you had fun at the conference. It was an absolute pleasure to meet you. And I had a phenomenal time. I had a great time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a disaster. I don't know if you could tell, but it was a disaster behind the scenes. But like, you know, for you guys, I think you guys had a good time though.
We did. Couldn't tell any of that. Mm-mm.
Did you win a game? Did you win any of the games?
No.
Okay. All right.
No,
the game
I was
winners,
just talking. No, we were just talking with people, I guess, who weren't really playing or something. But no, I didn't win any of the games.
Oh, okay. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Nah,
yeah.
that's
Everyone looked like they were having fun. Everybody looked like they were having fun. Totally recommend it. Can't wait till next year. If it's in Miami, you know, wherever it is. If it's in Cali, even better. I don't have to.
If we do it in Miami, you gonna come?
I will. I'll be there. It'll be on my calendar, so we'll be there.
All right, let's
get
it.
Nice meeting you. All right, we'll see you out there.
All right.
Later. Okay, bye.
She said we gotta turn into Hotep singles. So Unc is too cool for school, huh? Oh, you Hollywood, Mr. Ump of the streets. Too cool to hang out with the people? Wow. We might have to take Uncle Hotep to Hotep court. Retro Neon said, defund Israel, defund the feds. We are not defunding Israel. Not on my watch. Not on my watch. He said I did duets with Cooley and HJ. You definitely did. That is true. Hotep court to be hilarious tonight. Yeah, we taking that nigga to Hotep court. Let me write that down on tonight's show sheet. Uncle Hotep. What's the charges we bringing against Uncle Hotep, y'all? What are the charges we bringing against Uncle Hotep? First degree. No, let's hit him with, that's first degree. That's a white woman too. So that's belligerent. So it's first degree. That's crazy. First degree act in Hollywood. What else we gonna hit him with? Second, we're gonna hit him with third degree disrespecting a mall. Third degree disrespecting the mall. How dare he? How you disrespect the Paul? How you disrespect the Paul? Let's get a like button press break. Everybody. Rumble, let's get to 125 likes. Jonah, I didn't say I was taking phone calls. Don't call me. I'm not taking phone calls right now. Let's get to 125 likes over on Rumble. YouTube, what how many likes y'all got? How many likes we got on YouTube? Somebody tell me. We got 240 people. I still see a 1 on the screen. YouTube, let's get to 200. We need 200 likes over on YouTube. All right, Jonah, you could call in now. Let's go, Jonah and AK. Y'all lucky I'm doing overtime today. I'm only doing overtime because it's debate day. It's the only reason why I'm doing overtime. Jonah and then AK. He said, I thought hated me. Oh shit. Hold up. Let's go. We campaigning for Doug. Hold up. Go. Oh man, look. My team's so sweet. Shout out to Renee. Where we at? Hold up. See, I can't find her. Jonah.
Call from
Jonah, what up, man?
Nada. Remember, first day you brought up Vivek. What did I say?
You said he was a Soros boy.
Round table and free society, which means he's open society. So
Free
now,
society
Doug,
means he's open society. Yep. You did
Yeah.
say that.
Right from day one, as soon as I saw that round table. But now, Doug, I would say be cautious with. When I lived in Winnipeg, North Dakota was very China red, but that's a while back. So I don't know now, but back then it was very China red back then. Now, I sent you one thing in your DMs is one of the reasons why I would say to be cautious with Israel, and the reason why you would have to defund them. I'm not saying you have to, but I would say defund every country. But I mean, like, one reason. Total immigration to Israel since its existence is 35% Soviet Union. Every prime minister of Israel, except for one, has direct ties to the Soviet Union. Now, if you go in and you type in like Russia-Israel ties and you switch your location to like, let's say Israel, like I just did, it's not negative at all. The first one here, the first hit is, will Israel and Russia forge closer ties under Netanyahu from Al Jazeera, January 2023. Next one is why Russia's ties to Israel remain solid, and that's from nationalinterest.org. I don't know what that is, but again, too, it's just a hit when I pull up Israel, right? So
you just basically saying these niggas is old Russians, old Jewish Russians.
There's a lot of ties there, so I would say that's a good. Those are reasons to defund them. I'm not saying, man, I'm not even American, so I don't have to, but I can give you the reasons why you should.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Again, too, has the USA ever had to kick the Israelis out of the country for spying on the USA? Yes. You know? So I'm not saying I'm either or, because guess what? I don't give a fuck. I don't live over there, right? You know? But I'll give you all the reasons why. And, you know, if you look at Israel from outside of the American media perspective, they're a lot closer to the Soviet Union and Russia than they are like Ben. Who's Putin's number one ally in the world? Whatever, you know, Netanyahu. So
Renee, you gotta watermark these, man. We gotta throw the Hotep Nation logo in there somewhere, man. We gotta watermark these. You know they gonna steal.
No. Well, I will say to you, I know this is a dicey subject, so I won't go too deep into it, you know, because the whole thing. But if you do get that job, you got a researcher, 40% on the dollar if you hire me, you know.
I appreciate that. I might use you before then.
Yeah, you get 40% of the dollar, so it's like hiring a Mexican, but
All right, say less. That's what we're gonna do.
Like I say, I mean, I'm giving you the reasons why. I'm not arguing for them. I'm giving you the reasons that are there if you're willing to look outside of American perspective.
Oh, we're gonna use it. Absolutely. I want all the perspectives.
Okay. Anyways, I gotta keep it short. I gotta head out, but again, too, like I said, Vivek, I told you day one.
Yeah.
Doug, be cautious because I know North Dakota was very China when I lived in Manitoba about 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I could give you reasons, but then again, if you go back to, I'm the only one who's ever said this. Joseph McCarthy was a fucking hero. And the Marshall Plan was America's retreat from victory, where they gave all their money away to everyone else. So again, too, that's another reason to cut ties to everyone. Now, do you know about CARE? C-A-R-E?
Yeah.
America's remittances to Europe for World War II. Why were you guys paying remittances to a war you didn't even get into until the end?
Yeah.
So, anyway, Hotep build. I gotta run.
Yo, Hotep and build. Y'all see the Doug shit. And we got motherfucking Doug in the house. You know what I'm saying? There you go. Hold on. Bow. Doug, hip hop, Burgum. The team moves so quick. Shout out to Renee. The team moves so quick. Doug, hip hop, Burgum. We got the propaganda out the machine already. Look, y'all go retweet that shit. Let's hack the algo. Go retweet that shit right there, right now. Go retweet that. You know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers, man. People are so stupid. But the fact that MoFax and I agreed on VP pick. Who is this? And who is this? Who is these niggas calling me? AK calling. Matter of fact, I'm gonna call you.
What up, man?
Yo, AK, what up, bro?
Hey, I won't hold you long because I know you're already holding extra. A couple of things. Number one, if you need that Burgum Connect, I'm your boy, from North Dakota, and I legitimately have people that work for Burgum. I've always thought he was a cool dude. In North Dakota, he's kind of made.
Tell him, send me the check. And let my team go to work.
Hey, you know what though? Like for real, when I was listening to this, I actually I sent the live stream to my boy, and I was like, "Hey, check this out, man!" But you know how politics goes, man. People be getting some fucking super weird shit. But I know you know how to hold your own. You'll be like, "All right, you want to use my shit? Fucking pay the piper, motherfucker."
Yeah, you only get one free sample. You only get one free sample. You know what I'm saying? I go straight to your enemy and sell it. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to Tim. We going Tim Scott next if Doug don't. You know what I'm saying? We could do a full integration.
Nino Brown, man, he was a great teacher, bro.
Yeah.
But man, hey, listen, I was on Sunny's Space and she brought me up, and she asked me what I thought, right? And I think that your perspective is we'll call it the big brain and analytical. If we're talking about what was best for the country, your rankings based purely off the performance on substance about who's going to be a great effective leader, you're 100% on point in your breakdown. My perspective, though, is on the cultural understanding. And here's the thing about Vivek. He's like I said this in chat, he's like the Temu version of Trump. All right. He understands that right now the culture loves culture war shit. All right. The Bud Light thing, the Target thing, as much as we are like, come on, let's be deeper than this. This is where the culture is. And so Vivek understands that, and he has completely got that locked down. He can't beat Trump, but he can be a good alternative to capturing the culture, which is what Ron DeSantis was supposed to be, right?
Yeah.
Like, he was supposed to be our culture warrior king, as Trump is been doing his thing. He's supposed to be a good step in and maybe set himself up for the future. But Ron has shown that he doesn't actually have what it takes. Everything about Ron DeSantis shows that he's a manufactured candidate and a manufactured governor. He's done well if he has basically no adversaries, but the moment that you try and put him up against someone else, he starts to fall apart. And so I guess my perspective was, from, again, a cultural standpoint of what the quote unquote people want, Vivek won the debate. On substance, absolutely not. And like, for all the reasons that you've already broken down, I think that Doug, he played his role, which is like, he's the guy that understands, we'll call it like the businessman savvy, just straightforward, no nonsense. He played that role really well. He filled that. And then I would say that Nikki Haley played like the war hawk, John McCain lane very, very well, where it's like, we're going to bomb our way to freedom and we have to help all these other countries out, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy though.
And she don't even know no better. So who's your top three?
Top three. So again, if I'm basing it off of what the culture wants, it's Vivek. Number 2 is Tim Scott. Number 3 is Nikki Haley.
I like that. Based upon what the culture wants, I could see that. Yeah. And for what do you got? Like, if you wanted to just, specifically
if I've given you my VP personal
from VP perspective.
Yeah, so I think the best VP candidate is Tim Scott. Not like, honestly, I think that Mofac's his analysis is pretty spot on. But I've always actually liked Tim Scott because he is able to kind of tug at the strings. If you remember, right, he was on legislation for the economic free zones during Trump's administration, right? He joined together with Cory Booker. He's talked about police brutality. So he's not tone deaf to these things, right? Whereas you have some other black Republicans that will kind of say like, oh yeah, like, there ain't no problems. Like, you guys are just making shit up type of thing, right? And then when it actually just comes down to like policy understanding, Tim Scott's good on that. But here's the thing about Tim Scott, and I'm just going to say it. A man that age that is not married with children, gives some vibes to the T people, man. I mean, like, in that vein, and that's something that he's going to have to confront.
Yeah.
As much as it might be like, well, what's the deal? It's like, well, he either needs to come out or he needs to give a better explanation, because like, it's weird. Like, how many people can you name in politics that are successful that can't find a badass bitch? Like, how can a U.S. senator not pick up a bad one? You know what I'm saying? Like,
because he gay.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's something that he's going to have to overcome. And I don't know if he can, man. Like, it's weird, bro. Like, it's just super weird that he just doesn't grab a piece, like, find one of these, like, intellectual.
They give you a wife once you get popping enough. So why they couldn't get you one?
That's what I'm saying. It's weird. I don't get it. And I've been in politics long enough to understand when things ain't lining up. In Minnesota, we've got some similar situations with some very popular folks where people are like, what's the deal? I'm like, well, that's because they're gay and they're just in the closet or whatever. And it ain't my business to say anything, but do your thing. Yeah. So that's kind of what my one and my two. Personally, DeSantis, I'm disappointed, man. I've actually been very disappointed because before this primary race began officially, I liked DeSantis. I really did. I'm like, he's doing a great job in Florida, but that's before you start digging in. And once you start digging in, it's like, he's a disappointment, man. He really, really is. He doesn't know what to do. I don't know if he's like slightly autistic or something, like, for real. Like, he has this weirdness to him, man. And it's like, if there's any competition, he has to try and like kind of strategize on how he presents himself.
Mm-hmm.
He fails a lot. He's got the Florida thing going for him, but that only lasts for so long because 49 other states exist that people don't live in, so they don't give a shit about what he's doing in Florida. It's good for the culture war, but when it comes down to it, Vivek versus DeSantis for charisma for the culture war, DeSantis has no fucking chance.
Appreciate the call in, bro.
All right, man. Hotep and build.
Hotep and build. AK, another Hotep Con attendee. Salient points. Y'all see it up there. Doug, call me. Call me. Get all the Hoteps behind the thing. What else the Hoteps can get behind? They can get behind this launch. You can get paid to launch. They got Elon bucks. We got Sis bucks. Actually, they call it super tokens, but we're going to call them Sis bucks for the sake of entertainment. Sis bucks. Hit the link. Get inside the Telegram. I don't want to hear no excuses talking about Hotep Jesus. You never told me. It says I can't get in the group. Why is it locked? I told your ass to get in there early. Didn't I tell you that? I told you get your ass in there early. Telegram group. You want to get paid? You want to get paid to tweet? Holla at me. Hit up the group chat. It's right there in the link. It's going to say like access. It's going to say access. And then once you hit that, you'll get access. All right. Chad been texting me the whole episode. Like I'm supposed to be checking text messages and shit. He just talking to me like I'm not doing a show and shit. I for real hate. Chad stupid. Hold on, I'm gonna tweet this shit. Alright, this was good, Chad. I take that back. At least he's throwing me content. Yo, the team is at work. You know what I'm saying? The team is at work. Hold up. Yo, what's the hashtag for Doug, man? This is good. What I'm gonna put for this? Damn, I need a caption. Oh, here we go. Let's go. Hashtag Doug for press. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. Boom. Post that. Who's calling my cell phone? Why would you call my cell phone? All right. Somebody put this up on the screen as soon as I go still. Hopefully Elon don't rate limit me. Wow. Teamwork quick, boy. Teamwork quick. They done put Doug's face on Doug Funny. What is wrong with y'all? Wow. Look at that. Look at that. That's something else. Team going in. The Grift is official. The Grift has been officially signed. We just waiting on the check now. Jabari Judah, $2 super chat. He said, I hope you and Chad are ready for Hotep Court tonight. Oh, boy. That's all right. Ty Sullivan, $5 super chat. Thank you for the warning, Jabari, because I'm taking his ass to Hotep Court tonight. He getting laced up. Just like the shot they gave Victor, a woman, to help his campaign. Vivek and DeSantis trying to wear. Vivek and DeSantis tried to wear the Trump skin. Yeah. This first hit is free, Doug. Hashtag Doug Life. I like that. Skeeter. Fuck Skeeter. Yo, big facts. We should have put Nikki Haley face on Patty Mayonnaise and put Vivek's face on Doug and put Asa on Skeeter, and we could have made the dog could have been we put Christie as the dog, put Christie face on a dog. That's what we really need. That should be hilarious. Yo, the meme wars is starting. It always takes election season for the meme wars to start. Meme wars to start. You know what I'm saying? I look like yeah, bacon growing out his head. Wow. Retro Neon over on Rumble, he said, I saw an article and I guess Tim Scott chose a life of celibacy. Yeah, I don't know about that. Did he? Is that true? Again, I don't really care about people's, I really don't want to be over here thinking about another man's dick. That's pausable pause. So, Lindsey Graham is not married. Yo, man. Listen, this has been a Grift-delicious episode. Tari, get ahead, Tari. Tari, Mike was supposed to been had call in. Tari and Mike, y'all could call in. Tari and Mike. Definitely want to speak to Mike. Doug, do it. Hashtag Dougie Fresh. Yeah, I should have put hashtag Dougie Fresh. It's about to be up, man. Hold on, let's go to the Grifto Vision. Let's go to the Grifto Vision. Got the Doug shit. That shit popping. Shit should have been went viral, but people are corny.
Call from.
Yo, what up, Tari?
You know what I appreciate. You know what I appreciate about you, Hotep?
What's that?
You be paying attention, man.
Oh, absolutely. I try to.
Because last night, I was watching that debate for a little bit. I was also watching the interview at the same time. I had them both running on two different screens. I was like,
okay.
I wanted the people at the same time. And the only person that was impressing me up there was Doug. And I was like, ain't nobody gonna notice this shit. I'm like, I swear to God, ain't nobody gonna notice this shit. He out here killing it, and nobody's gonna notice shit. Then I went to Twitter for a second. And you was calling it already.
First tweet.
I was like, see, Hotep saw it. I was like, see, look at Hotep. That's what I'm talking about. Is he was the only one actually talking about the shit. I was like, this is crazy. Nobody's looking at him.
And I thought when I tweeted this shit, people was going to be like, yeah, Doug. I looked and I'm like, wait, y'all ain't peeped this shit? You fucking bird brain motherfuckers. You know what it was? They wasn't paying attention.
They wasn't.
They were paying attention. I think people tuned in. Here's a tweet right here. I had Doug in the power rankings up early. You see it right there. This is at 9:24. The debate started at 9. By 9:24, I already had Doug picked. I picked him first. But I think people came to listen to who they came to listen to. So if they were a Vivek fan or a Vivek hater, they had one love watch, one hate watch. And I think that's what people were looking for, because Doug wasn't on the radar to begin with. Nobody paid attention to him.
You know what one of the things was? I had switched to the Crowder stream for a second to see what he was saying. Mm-hmm. And it got to a point where Doug said something, and Crowder, like, the only thing he said he made was a joke about his face, because motherfucker was ugly. I don't know. I was like, they made a joke about him looking like some kind of creature. I was like, they right, they ain't lying, but dude just killed it. And all they could do was make a joke like that because he killed it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. Hey, I appreciate the call. Let me talk to Mike, man.
Yeah, man.
You had fun at Hotep Con?
Oh, hell yeah.
Nigga, you was fucked up Saturday night. Yeah, I told y'all I've been talking to Tari all day. Tari's a loquacious motherfucker, but we love him. And, he was out there and, having a good time. Then I got to the dinner and I'm like, yo, is this nigga dead? He was half asleep at the motherfucking dinner table.
It definitely was.
So I know you had fun Friday night.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I had to clear my head. You know, I realized I didn't clear my head.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah. How crazy was Friday night?
Look, that karaoke. I think we all did some things you want to leave in Vegas at the karaoke.
Oh shit, big facts. All right, man. Let me talk to Mike, yo.
All right, man. Hotep and Bill.
Hotep and Bill. Listen, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. I am not responsible. What else did I want to bring up on the screen? Man, last night was crazy, man. My boy Doug was killing it. There we go. See, we already got the Mike. What up, bro?
Mike,
what up, bro?
hey, what up, man? Long line today. It's a good thing we expect it, right? First, want to give you a shout out, man, knowing that you have 2 shows to do after this tonight, and you're going long for us. That's respect. Thank you, man. That's why I pay my monthly fees to be in the mix, you know, because you do this for us. So,
man, I appreciate you.
Man, just some quick comments because I know it is late in the day. And, you know, pretty much everything said could be said, except the one thing I haven't heard, and the concern with Tim Scott is that he's very pro-war. And I don't know if you know, man, but there's a big groundswell of anti-war people on both sides coming together. Now, what I feel with Robert Ramaswamy is
wait.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let's argue about Tim Scott really fast. Yeah, he's definitely a war hawk, dude.
Yeah, that's the only issue I have because, as you know, man, that's a big point on the red side right now is no war. And he said we should do more. And he said Biden has just done a poor job of explaining why we're involved, and we need to actually do more. And if, you know, him or someone like him could explain and do a better job, we would all be on board. And honestly, I think the middle vote, that undecided voter, that purple voter, is going to go to someone who's probably more stronger anti-war. Now, do I think Robert Ramaswamy gives a true fuck? No, not at all. But that's his platform. He's so... What he is I saw it today when we were watching it. And one thing I want to tell everybody that might be feeling him, because you weren't feeling him before. I was kind of still on his train, and then I watched him. He did a Tim cast where Tim wasn't there, right? So it was just Tim's little B team and him. And you saw him, and he couldn't be a person at that table. He didn't have the ability, and he just kept repeating talking points, and he kept so roboting it. And you know, every one of his stories was one of those, well, you know, let me tell you something, Katie. And he couldn't be a regular guy. And that's when I was like, oh, this is what Hotep is seeing. So it made a lot of sense to me. And I think it was like the same week you came out strong against him that he did that. So I recommend everybody go back and look at that. But that's the one thing I see with Tim Scott, and I do disagree with him. And it's crazy that no one else has taken a stronger stance against the war, you know, because Trump is definitely against it. Yeah, man, that's the one issue I have is that he's strong on that war hawk stuff, and he is very liked. But I feel like if he becomes more popular, and I can tell you, like if you look at the hard red guys, what they want and what they're talking about was it, you know, DeSantis or Vivek that won, and they kind of really want to fade Tim to the back. If you're, you know what I mean? If you're in that red world right now and they're telling you to write about this stuff and to get clicks on this stuff, it's all about Vivek and DeSantis and a little bit about Haley. And that's really what it's about right now, man. So I can tell you that little inside drop. But
thank you.
Yeah. The only thing I concern about is everybody loves my man Scott, but if he, you know, he's going to have to push back and really explain that is my main thing. And then of course Doug, we love Doug, but they're not going to let Doug get far. You know, he's a lot like R-S.C to me. He makes too much sense. He's too good for the people. They're not going to let him get too far. You know?
You're right. You're absolutely right, Mike. But thus is the world we're living in. So who's your top 3?
Well, as far as who won, or my personal picks.
Both.
Okay, as far as who won, I gotta say, if we're basing it on clicks and interest, it's Vivek. However, I will say Hotep Goldstein had a really good point, and it was, you remember in American Gangster, that movie with Denzel, where he wore that fat fur coat to the fights, and that's what got all the attention on him. Last night was Vivek's fur coat moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Last night was Vivek's fur coat moment, and all this stuff is coming out, and it's like, oh, he had to flaunt, he had to flash, he had to eat the ball out, and this is because you see, it's like, okay, he's the Barack Obama popular for the people on the left, and then he's just a solid right down the line Trump talking point guy. So you can see from a handler point of view, you put those two together, and that's the guy you got. And they're eating it up. A lot of those folks are on that side, but the fix is in. Come on, man. Come on.
Yeah. I'm trying to fight it though.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I know we're doing it.
Trying to resist as much as I can. So who's your top three?
I agree. Top three, as far as personally, man, I like Doug a whole lot. I really, really like Doug. I like Tim Scott, except for the war thing. Man, I'm pretty much down the line with him, except for that.
Yeah.
And then I don't really have a third. I don't really have a third.
Wait, it's Doug and Tim Scott and nobody else?
As far as personal, man, I don't. There was nobody else on that stage. I don't think that honestly should be in leadership in our government, and I mean that. So, true story to me, man.
Oh man. Oh, he said there's nobody on that stage other than those two names that should be in leadership. He didn't say the president. He said leadership, period. Oh,
in our government, yeah, because think about them, man. They're bought and sold. You know what I'm saying? So, and you're bought and sold cheaper as a senator than you are a president. So, yeah. If we're just talking here, man, we're just going to talk about it. So,
yeah, senator is definitely a lot cheaper than the president. Yeah, how much does a politician cost, Mike? This is a question I thought about the other day. I was going to do a whole stream on it. How much does a politician cost?
It depends on the politician, man. I mean, Elon put out a tweet a few, maybe 2-3 months back that I had to retweet and share, and he said Soros was right in this one way, and that is it is much cheaper to buy local politicians, and you get much more of a greater mass effect. Because if I can buy governors and state treasurers and state judges and, judges in that state, I kind of own that state, and then the motherfuckers I send to Washington, I've already bought and paid for. Now that's what people forget. They live here, and then a lot of that, man, has to do with that WWE shit, because we talk about half a dozen to maybe 20 senators, period. And there's hundreds and hundreds. Well, these are the ones that, it's like, I'm going to go on Fox News and call you a socialist, and you're going to go on MSNBC and call me a racist. Then we're going to be at the bar cheering drinks talking about how we got our clicks up. Clicks equal donors and sponsors, and more airtime, which equals more money. And that's what they do. And so they cost more. And AOC is going to cost a lot more than, a freshman senator from Nebraska, right?
Yes.
So, yeah, but that's... Sorry, you got me talking. I apologize. I was trying to keep it tight because I want you to go and have a good afternoon before you have to go back to work tonight, man.
You the last caller, so I love hearing you talk. I love what you say. You give me a lot of insight. I appreciate the call, Mike. So that's a good top three, though. That's a good top three. I like your top three because it's really a top two, and that's really how I look at it. It's Doug and Tim Scott, and it just burns me up when I wake up the next morning. Even though I know the timeline's going to look like Vivek, I'm just like, you dumb motherfuckers.
And imagine if, just for a second, you have to write 3 200-word and 5 400-word pieces, and this is how you get paid, and you're getting paid $80 to $100 per piece, and you're like, okay, I'm going to bang this out. They're like, no, it needs to focus on these folks. You can go right now. How much can I say? Okay, you can go right now. There's a dude who talks with a real fancy microphone who runs a big conservative network, right? And you can go right now and look on his YouTube, and there's a thing there about, them breaking down the debates. And on that YouTube video, there's a little column about, did Vivek or DeSantis take it and that kind of thing. And I can tell you I can tell you that's kind of what was told to be. I don't look, man. Y'all are smart. The Hotep Nation is smart. Let's just let it be at that, okay?
Don't say no more, Mike. Don't say no more, Mike. We need you.
Yeah. Well, it's all right, man. I'm building, and we're gonna do a thing. And once my shit is solid, I'm gonna have you on. And once you see my value, it's over, man. We're gonna work together and make this happen.
Yes,
so
we
I ain't
are.
worried about it.
Yes,
I'll
we are.
prove it though. Thank you so much for the time, man. Kill it tonight, and you have a great day. And I'll see you tomorrow. You won't see me, but I'll see you. Have a good one.
Definitely.
All
Go Devin Bill.
All right.
That's my boy Mike, man. You heard what he said, right? Motherfucker, you come like, oh, I got a 100-page essay on Dougie Fresh. My boy Doug, he did great in the interview last night. Ooh, I got some fire. And your boss like, nah, you either talk about Nikki, DeSantis, or Vivek, or you're fired. Or you ain't getting paid. You see what I'm saying? Like, the people don't have a chance. That's why the Hoteps exist. That's why the Hoteps exist. Because you're all propagandized to like the same whack motherfuckers. That's why the Hoteps exist. To give you options. To say, no, you're not crazy when you look that Doug different. Your friends are going to be like, oh my God, what are you talking about? Didn't you see this great think piece on Ron DeSantis and how he did so well? Nigga, everybody with eyes. What the hell is this? Hold on. I got another meme here for Doug. We're going to put this on the screen. My boy Doug. You know what I'm saying? Boom. You know what I mean? Let me put this up on the screen. The hell is going on in my mentions? So somebody will read some shit, Haram Life Salute. Somebody will read some shit that says Ron DeSantis did great last night and then be hypnotized and say Ron DeSantis did great last night. That's what'll happen. That tweet didn't go out yet? Where my shit at? Hold on. And then I'm gonna... Hold on. What the fuck? Here it go. Here we go. You know, you got to counter the propaganda machine, man. If we don't do it, then... See, why does it pop up here, but it doesn't pop up on my timeline? See, Elon fucking up. Elon fucking up. You see this shit? It didn't pop up on my timeline, but... I need Elon to do better, yo. Here we go. Get in early. Doug for press. The team worked fast. I'm telling you, yo. The team worked fast. That check come through. We're going to pay the team. Everybody going to get paid. Everybody going to get paid. You know what I'm saying? Look at that. Get in early. Doug for press. You know what I'm saying? Said 10 grand per senator. I was thinking about buying the mayor. I'm like, man, I need to go give the mayor a visit, man. Be like, man, you need to hold something, man. Shouts to Aunt Bailey on the meme. Absolutely. 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 Tonight, we are back with another episode of Hotep's Been Told You. What episode is it? Does anybody know? What episode is it tonight? Let me look. Boom, boom. Tonight is episode 269. 269, episode 269 this week. Then Cannon to do the official after party. We got a lot of content coming out tonight. A lot of content coming out tonight. So stay tuned. 8 p.m. tonight. Don't forget to get your master focus. Do not forget to get your master focus. You know what time it is. Got to get the promo on. This is the latest and greatest company created by yours truly. Yes, I did. Me and the team put this together. All right. This ain't no sponsor situation. This is my shit. Memory amplifiers. This is in our formula. This is 100% Hotep. This formula right here is 100% Hotep. Memory amplifiers, brain builders, energy boosters. It's all in the same pill. Mood enhancers, and work on your second brain, the enteric nervous system, the gut health. So important. It's going to make you feel good. It's going to give you energy. It's going to make you want to be smarter. Follow the directions. Make sure you take it with a meal. Take these pills with a meal. Yeah. 100% herbal, so you don't got to worry about your body discharging it as waste. This is 100% herbal. Got a couple of mushrooms in there, too. It's got some mushrooms, some crushed up shrooms in that motherfucker, too. You know, not the wacky kind, not the Joe Rogan shrooms, you know. A little bit of that lion's mane, you know what I mean? So make sure you tap in. The link in the description box below and that QR code on your screen is going to give you like pretty much half off the brain booster. So it's going to help you power through your day. So you hit that QR code. It'll apply the discount at checkout. This is just one supplement. We're going to have some supplements that's going to cost $1,000. You're going to have to inject that shit like IV. You know, I can't wait to go get my IV injection. If y'all not into biohacking and you're not ready to be one of the elites. Now, I'm not doing all that blood shit that they be doing. They be wilding. I don't know what the fuck they be doing. I ain't ready for no shit like that. I'm just talking about, you know, normal little vitamin drip or some shit like that, you know. Some NAD or some shit, you know. A little bit. You know, that Church of Scientology. Niggas is like, what the fuck? Hotep Jesus is doing Scientology. He's Illuminati. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just having fun with life, you know. But, make sure you get that master focus, 100% herbal. You know what I'm saying? Link in the description box below, or you can use the QR code on your screen. I'm out of here, man. I'm about to go freshen up so I can do Hotep's Been Told You Unc tonight. We taking Uncle Hotep to Hotep Court tonight. And I'll see y'all then. Hotep and Bill.
Yeah, I can try to get that handled for you. Again, it's only my second day, so if you can give me a second. How am I supposed to do this? How the hell are we supposed to do this by 5 o'clock?
I have no clue.
Is that possible? Hey, do you have the password to... How'd you finish all your work already?
He's not tapped in. How'd you get that done so quick?
They think they're gonna be able to budget that?
It's money. That's money right there. You understand?
You guys finished your work 6 hours early? He's not tapped in.